Everyone, welcome back to the Zenith League where playoffs are just beginning. Today, we have a best of 5 in store for you all. Get strapped in for Queta Guardians Academy versus Carmadillos. I am Rue, joined by Dolphy. How hyped are we for the Zenith League finally reaching its playoffs?
Oh, we're hyped. We're so hyped for we've got the right music on the screen and everything. But yeah, no, this is definitely going to be one of the um games of all time, I think. We've got some really strong teams coming out. Uh Sierra Guardians Academy versus Carmadillos. And I mean, well, first of all, I really like the name Carmadillos.
That is a pretty good name. I will
It's a
give them that.
pretty good name. And
Especially with
their
the
logo.
diagram as well. Oh,
Their
beautiful,
logo's really
beautiful.
cute. Yeah.
Absolutely. Can we see this logo maybe in a different form, perhaps in the form of a playoff bracket? Though I think that might be a little more useful for those of us coming just maybe here for the first time this evening. Let's have a look at this playoff bracket if we can, because we are in for an absolute doozy. So as we have a look over on the feed, we have a lower bracket matchup for you all this evening. 5th seed versus 6th seed. Loser goes home. This is a best of 5. And right here in Zenith League, we run things brutal. This is one best of 5. You lose, you are gone. 1st through 4th are going to have a small little bit of a breather. They have one loss in them before they get sent home packing. But I mean, these two teams, even if they end up winning today, they have to run the full gauntlet from the 5th, 6th matchup. They have to win 5 games in a row to end up winning Zenith League.
They can't drop a single game. Not one.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be difficult for either of these teams to make it the whole way through. But hey, that's what the regular season's for, right? If you wanted a higher seeding, I guess you had to win more during the regular season. Unfortunately, for both these teams, they didn't quite manage that, but they are still here. They have still made the playoffs, and they are hopefully also ready soon for the draft to get going. As
Fortunately, there always has to be a team that loses.
Also true. Also
so,
true.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go straight into the draft here. Hopefully, for this first game, we can try and maybe, get a sense of on paper who we think will take this first game.
And I mean, it's difficult to tell, right? It's 5th seed against 6th seed. There's no real hints. They did play each other in the regular season, which I believe was a 2-1 victory for Queta Guardians Academy. So a small advantage definitely in their court for this one. But I mean, when it's this tight, when these teams end up 4-5 and 3-6, that honestly was the decider between where these teams ended up in terms of seeding.
Yeah.
But it literally was just this game. And it went to a third map. We are in for a banger best of 5, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I'm really interested in seeing, not only like the difference between 5th and 6th seed, but going forward, the difference between 5th and 6th seed and then maybe 1st and 2nd seed. Like, what is that interval in between each team's kind of ranking,
I mean, absolutely. This we could be in for some fireworks potentially, or it could be maybe a little bit damp as the playoffs do continue. But I mean, that's something to be seen, right? That's something we're going to find out later on. Maybe we don't even get to see that. Maybe it will just be 5th seed playing against the 4th seed, then the 3rd seed, and then maybe that's all they get through, right? They have to run this full gauntlet from 6th all the way to 1st, effectively, if they want to get into the finals themselves and B, win the whole thing. It's not going to be easy by any measure.
On the other hand, maybe it's less of a team thing and more of a solo player thing. I mean, League can be very skewed sometimes. Sometimes it's your whole team has to do well in order for you to succeed. Sometimes you funnel it all to one player and then that one player can take it all the way to the finish line.
And I can guarantee you that some teams will be trying to do exactly that. For those of you not used to playing in Zenith League, not used to watching, this is quite a wide range of players that we have playing here today. We have, on just one team, ranks going from Gold 2 to Diamond 4. That is that's quite the reach.
That's incredible. But who knows? Maybe that Gold 2 player is much better than we think they are.
It's a Gold 2 support, and to ask a very controversial question, how important really is support?
Well, how much CC do you expect your support to put out, I think
depends. His last 10 games of Senna.
pretty important.
His last 10 games of solo queue are Senna. So maybe not maybe not too much is what we're
Maybe it's
expecting.
not CC. Maybe it's all damage. Maybe the support is the carry. Gold 2 support carry.
It very well could be, though. I don't believe that Calvo has had all too much experience in playing that center on these games here. He's played. He's got one. He played one game, ended up 1-0, but a lot more time overall his career played on the Alistair and the Thresh. Would like to see him expand into that kind of engaged support, especially as this is going to be a fearless best of 5. We are going to be potentially going that full distance. This is the kind of stage where you have to show, like, you have to show your depth in champion pool. You can't just have 1 or 2 champions that you're okay on, and the rest of them you can't play at all.
So already going into the draft and seeing the first 2 bans, a Syndra and a Lux, 2 very strong AP carries, gone already. And I can agree with the Lux ban and the Mel ban. I can agree with the Mel ban 100%.
And it looks like we'll actually be seeing that center ban as well. The respect shown over to the Gold 2 support, who has played center, as I said, 10 out of 10 in their previous solo queue games. So respect shown there by the Carmadillos. I still can't get over what an amazing name that is.
Maybe banning Yumi?
It's a good question. There was a Yumi OTP.
Yeah, it was on the side of Carmadillos. Their support player has 280k mastery on Yumi.
Yeah, only played it 3 times this season though, in terms of playing it on the ladder. So not going to be banned away this time. It's going to be the Aurora instead. So a heavy focus on the mages taken away by Equator Gaming Academy. Carmadillo is now on the blue side for this game number 1. They have the first pick. Let's see what they want to get into.
What are we thinking is a strong pick right now? I guess they've picked Yunara. And as far as bot lanes go, I mean, it looks like their ADC has a good track record on Yunara.
Yeah, especially in this tournament as well, where it's very different from playing on that ladder, right? It's a different beast altogether. 2-1 so far for
them.
They
got 2 pentakills.
And 2 pentakills. That's something. that 2
pentakills in one game.
That would increase the likelihood of wanting to play that more, as it's going to be the Tristana taken into it by Equator Gaming, picking a very strong lane ADC who does have some late game potential, but the range advantage definitely going to be in the Carmadillo side. Now falls on to Equator Gaming to pick what they want to do around this. Do they want to head towards the jungle? Do they want to pick a very strong solo lane? Or are they going to pair up with the support? Looks like they're going to go to the jungle.
Wukong. 4-2 on the Wukong here for Vega. On the side of Cedar Garden. So we can really see how their past history is informing these first game choices, because they haven't played against each other currently. They don't have previous games to go off. They don't have fearless drafts to back off onto. So, trying to just lock in what they think is strong, what they, think they can go forwards with, while still keeping in mind that these bans are pretty targeted.
Yeah, and a heavy emphasis as well, the Gwen, which we didn't really pick up on. That is a Gwen jungle man, I do believe. That is a specific favorite of Viega.
Specifically.
Who not allowed to play the Gwen in this scenario. Still playing the Bruiser, though. Still playing that Wukong, and be absolutely fine for him. As an interesting choice here from the Carmadillos, going with the Sejuani and then the Ahri as well. They have
the Ahri is a main.
Bot side. They have the bot lane, they have mid lane. They have no melees within that. Going the Sejuani, which, by the way, they are 0-2 with in game number 1, a very interesting choice.
We'll note that the Ahri lock-in here is highest mastery for Pepsi Boy, who the mid laner on Carmadillos is actually a sub today. So, gonna see how that goes out. And I'm now just realizing that the Aurora ban is because this is his OTP.
That would make sense.
Although it is his 3rd mastery instead of highest. And the Azir responds to this Ahri in the mid lane.
I feel like this is a tale as old as time, but maybe less so in the past year. Azir and Ahri happy to play against each other for a very long time, especially in the tier 1 scene. This time instead, heading down to the trickle-down regions.
But bans.
That makes a lot of sense, and I'm surprised we hadn't seen that already. I'll be honest. I don't know how we got this far. The fact they didn't get picked is a small part of a miracle. But support bans make a lot of sense right now. Support and top are the 2 lanes that we're waiting on for both these sides. Support feel like they're going to be the blind for Queta Guardians, and then the Carmadillos should have the response there, but having to blind their top's going to have to take that very seriously.
What do we think is going to be locked in for support and top?
Oof, it was a tough question early on.
Well, not Braun.
Looks like it won't be Braum. Should be some engage, hopefully, from the Queta game. They have some decent, like, situational engage, but they really need something to set up their team fights right now. If they have an Alistair in their back pocket, I think that's an amazing choice. Hasn't been banned away. Very versatile. You might suffer a little bit early on, but you're into Yanara. Who really cares about that level 1? Level 2, level 3, really start going. I can't say I'm a fan of the Enchanter pick here, though. If they end up locking this Lulu, I think they missed a trick.
There's the Lulu lock, so it is going to be maybe a little bit hard in the bot lane for Seota Guardians here, especially without that strong engage. Or maybe they've got something up their sleeve that we don't know about.
The lane should be okay. The issue I have is when it comes to team fighting, and I mean, we know how these 5v5s go, right? It comes to team fighting. Oh, what do you do to go forwards? Do you just press Cyclone and hope? Do you send the Azir forward to hit the road of all roads? Like, I can't say I'm convinced by either of these things, especially now with Emilio taken by the Carmadillos. Great disengage potential as well as that group cleanse. Doesn't really work against knockups, which both the Wukong and the Azir possess, but you have maneuverability now. You have a lot of survivability in this lane, and then the Carmadillos just looking for a strong top side.
And there's the lock-in for the set, and Carmadillos does have their team fully finalized. Cassante response?
Can't say I'm a fan of it. From Queta. Whenever you see Cassante, it always feels like a little bit of a damp squib, but that is going to be the lock-in for Queta Guardians. It makes sense. It's a tank at the end of the day, and it's also an assassin. It's also an ADC, and it's also a mage. Like, what's not to like? The Cassante, I kind of understand here. I have a little bit of an issue with that 4 pick from Queta Guardians, but we'll see if it comes back to bite them, if they'll be able to push on through no matter what. Because, I mean, both these teams have very similar ideologies in what they're looking for, right? They have tanky top sides, bruisery, tanky junglers with some engage, supportive mid laners who can make plays themselves but can also carry the game, very strong bot lanes, and the Enchanter support. Feels like we're almost seeing a mirror matchup as far as League goes. This is about as close as it gets.
About as close as it gets. And I'm really wondering, on paper right now, who do you think should win? If we disregarded all skill levels and we just looked at these champions.
I mean, it's difficult to say. It is just a mirror matchup, right?
Yeah.
I think neither side has as much engage as perhaps they'd like. I think Carmadillos can maybe get around that a little bit easier by having that Sejuani and the set, having two things a little bit more on the tanky side, whereas opposed to Queta Guardians, they have Cassante, who is tanky-ish. They have Wukong, who is bruisery, but not really tanky. They can give them some wild growth, they can give them health, but that's about all they're going to do there. They are a little bit on the squishier side, but then again, there's no real poke for the Carmadillos either. The fights are somehow going to happen without either side having a clear engage button. We could be seeing an absolute coin flip.
100%. And now I think we are going to throw it to a break for the 3 minutes in between the game and the draft. But do stick around. Don't go anywhere because this is going to be an exciting game, especially because it's basically a mirror matchup, right?
Absolutely. We'll be back in a couple minutes once the spec delay is done. See you then.
And welcome back, everybody, as we are now starting to get into this game. We are on the Winter Wonderland map. There's a train around the Nexus. This Nexus is a snow globe. I don't... Guys, it's snowing on the Rift.
Yeah. It's snowing. It's winter.
It's snowing. There's lights everywhere, too. It's all pink and not red and green, but holidays were never just Christmas anyway.
It's like one of those Christmas markets, which apparently are way more popular than I ever realized until like this year.
Oh yeah, there's one nearby. Oh, okay. Well, mid lane's already getting a little bit aggressive, but not really anything invested into that fight, so not a big deal either.
That looks like an electrocute proc and maybe a mana flow ban is all that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Double resets coming through will count for absolutely nothing.
A little bit easier for Ari.
Establishing dominance.
A little bit easier for Ari to proc and electrocute with a W. Just has the 3 projectiles already, so.
Absolutely. Early on, very little play apart from that. It was a instant ward, I believe, from Sejuani, making sure that Vega on the Wukong doesn't fancy going for the invade. Has prior info now if Vega does fancy hopping over after maybe a red buff, going for that early invade. But literally the only ward place down is one there in that topside river. Everyone else playing pretty much as standard as possible. Both junglers going to go top to bottom here. Bot lane going to be prioritized, but in about 2 minutes. We got a couple minutes before that.
Yeah. I'm expecting a lot of poke, not only in top. Top always has poke, but I'm expecting a lot of it in the mid lane as well. Wow, now, that might be a little more poke than I was expecting.
Do they also have all in with their poke? Because that was a lot from Reapery. I mean, it makes sense, right? The guy with the guy with Conqueror wants to fight a lot more in that type of elongated fight than the guy with Grasp, especially this early on, especially playing Set as well. Happy to exist around those lower HP pools. Ends up winning out pretty heavily in terms of the overall trade, gets level 2 first, pushing that second wave under against Cassante, while mid lane, the Azir getting early push on the R. Unexpected in mid.
First lane prio does go over to the side of CGAC, but not much can be done with it. I mean, like you said, they don't really have that engaged, so it's hard for them to go in even with the level up on Carmadillos.
Absolutely. It's level 2 versus level 2 in the bot lane. Jungler's getting down there, but something to point out, that early push from the Azir managed to get a ward on the Raptors, which on typical game wouldn't have been able to happen. So early vision definitely acquired. At least in terms of, one side now knows where the other jungler started. Going top to bot, they know that Sejuani is clearing down to bot side. That information is not shared the other way, though. Carmadillos have no idea where this Wukong is. He might be going to top lane to try and push against that set. There is a ward of that Tri-Brush. Make sure that doesn't happen. As things are coming down to bot lane, we'll be able to contest for this scrab with a massive amount of push coming through from the Tristana.
And already kind of trying to coalesce somewhere onto this bot side river. Not sure what they're planning to do. Oh yeah, they came up to support Scuttle, I see. Came up to support the Scuttle grab. And I believe Wukong might be able to actually grab both Scuttle crabs. As Viega just walks up to the topside river and Sejuani is not there.
You should be able to, especially you, clearing, when you same side jungle to start things off, you should be able to get at least the one that your bot lane has prior on. Doesn't fancy getting the crab.
Yeah, can't go for the crab. Actually gonna go straight in for the fight. Here's the clone out. And it's looking very even, but of course you're gonna get your mid lane to come up and try to support you. However, maybe doesn't even need the mid laner here. 2 flashes invested.
Oh no!
And now Clarence comes down. His first blood though, going over.
The Ari's first to roam.
Yeah, no. Pepsi Boys has come up, has a nice charm onto Clarence. Clarence trying to get away, has to burn the flash as well. Reapery investing the flash right back in to get the kill and secure 2 for the side of Carmadillos.
An interesting early fight there in the river. Top had prio for Queta Guardians, but when mid just doesn't have the same, right? When the Azir is basing for his blasting wand, you cannot be trying to fight for that top crab. Clarios wanted absolutely nothing to do with that crab fight whatsoever. Vega did not want to let that one go. He thought he'd get double scuttle. He gets absolutely punished for it. does still have a very solid early base, but has now put himself a little bit behind in terms of giving over a ton of free gold to that Sejuani, who is involved in both of those kills. The Set also picking up a solo kill, a kill for himself, going to balance out whatever the Cassante did, as they are going to go for another gank, but Veigar not even close enough. The Warrior tricks, there's nothing. He finds out the crowd's been taken, and look at the tempo he's now lost as well. He went for his Krugs. If he just went down, he could have gone Raptors and be on his walls by now. Instead, goes for a failed gank, and the Sejuani able to catch straight back up.
Do want to point out that the fight wasn't terrible for Ciota. I mean, they still were able to get 1 kill back, but it gives a lot of opportunities to mid and top lane, especially for Kamadelos here.
Absolutely. I guess positive
Drake is up.
for the Cassante who did die. It's a free base. So in terms of the fight now, he's in a much better position. Has had to burn that TP. He's up against level 6 of as well. So definitely has to be a little bit careful. But with 1100 gold invested into armor and the anti-heal, but he gets he gets up on the turret. He goes all out.
Gold! Straight into the turret. Only takes 1 turret shot though. Here's the all out. Trying to just try and beat each other out. That's a big set W. Has a lot of damage done, but not enough to secure any kills. Clarent able to just walk away. But still, that was a really smart ult. Just try and get around the back and, you know, take this guy straight into turret.
Interesting positioning there from Claron. Honestly, even allowing that is a little bit scary, and now has to be very wary of the Ari as well. Reaper not going to let him back into the lane for free. Does Pathmaker through, pulls him back with the stun. It looks like it is going to be Pepsi Boy calling off
another big
his
W
own play.
there.
Oof, haymaker.
Clarent's very low. The Reaper does take a turret shot.
This is no TP on the Cassante. TP up for Reaper. He can go extremely aggressive here. If he even goes 1-for-1, it is so worth it right now.
And I mean, I think the only reason Clarent's still alive is just that Bramble Vest.
I think so. It's difficult to disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, starting the dragon and looks like it's just firmly going to go to Ciota. I don't think there's any chance of sealing it here for anyone. And there it is. First Chemtech Drake going over to Ciota with no real fight for it. But it is just first Drake.
First Drake should be maybe an indicator of how this game is going to start things off, but especially with it being something like the Chemtech, the fight for it doesn't happen anywhere near as often. People really like going for Ocean Drakes early on. That's a charm hit there by Pepsi Boy. That's going to force Cleaver to go inwards. Massive trade off Pepsi Boy.
He's going to do way more damage too in the trade. I think maybe.
It's going to be close. I think Pepsi Boy might be able to escape, but that was close to kill pressure there. As
Emilio is here though. Yeah.
He's just going to turn up. He's going to walk away. And it looks like it's going to be red for Grub's trade on the top side.
Just putting that pressure in on here to the mid lane. Really making it hard for either side to try and push up. And, you know, even get access to turret.
Just starting to be careful in bot though right now. It's a 2v1 potential. I'm not sure if ADHD's been spotted walking all the way down here. Now definitely spotted.
Ward in that bush. Yeah. It's a good ward placement.
This might freeze against him though. Maybe not. I think he's going to be just about fine, especially with the Inara clearing out that wave. He's going to be okay. If they manage to slow play that wave, that may have frozen against him. That would be really difficult to get the way out of, but looks like it's just about going to be okay for him down the bot side.
Okay, and Lulu's also back, so back to the 2v2. And again, there's so much poke in the mid lane. You can really see how these, just Ahri and Azir, you know, they take up so much presence in the mid lane and they're always fighting. And it's really hard to get into gank as well because these two, you know, champions have so much mobility.
Absolutely. Massive mobility, especially on the Ahri with the Spirit Rush. Able to escape nearly every single situation. I thought for a second there Yannetic was going to go for that gank on mid. Having the Glacial Prison ready and available when you hit that level 6 marker on Sejuani, you really don't want to be spending all too much more time in the jungle. Doing a great job of farming right now, definitely, on the Sejuani, but not really where you want to end up being. As we're going again to the top side, get sent up here quite a bit, I reckon, with how much these two are just smacking each other.
I mean, you've got a Set and Cassante in the top lane. All they want to do is smack each other. Ooh, and a big wall from Clavio. There's a flash in. Fates of Warfare going to Pepsi Boy. Nice Spirit Rush to get over the wall and back into the fight.
Great play there. Pepsi Boy burns the flash to go for that one, as well as it's going to be the smite fight on the bot side taken by the Wukong as well. I'm surprised that that was when he went for the gank. If it was that easy all along, like, do it before you even cross down the river. He was so far up in the lane. Ends up getting the kill anyway, and that's what's most important. Is
oh, I think maybe we're going to see a bit of a fight here. It has to be the flash from Reaper to get out of the situation. That might be a really big punish. We'll see if, you know, anything arises soon.
An odd play, just in general. Walking up that far,
and so
a little bit too reckless. A little bit too reckless, especially into that Bramble vest, right? I don't know if he's used to that typical set healing with the Conqueror where you can kind of get away with anything. But into this version of Cassante, who is just stacking armor on armor on armor, you're not going to do enough damage. You don't have that kill. You don't heal anything.
So, there's a lot of wards in blue side jungle for the red team here. So much vision on Raptors and just that kind of area in general.
Oh, he's looking for the RKO again. Nice pathmaker there from Clarent. Went unstoppable when I believe Reaper was looking for the ulti. He's going to go again, though.
Nice ult. Doesn't quite make it to the tower, but Vega's here. And I don't think Reaper knows. It's a nice kill for Clarent.
And it didn't even force the Cyclone either. I expected that to be a kind of Cassante all out into Cyclone, get the CC chain going. But with the flash not even there, there's no necessity to go for the CC chain. Wukong is able to hold on to that ultimate. Drake's in 30 seconds. He wouldn't have had it otherwise. Went for the top gang. It works. He's going to be skipping some Kang. So he doesn't have his Raptors cleared. Doesn't have his walls cleared. But he's going to instead go for the invade on the Sejuani.
Yeah, there's just so many people in this blue side jungle. Like, just for Raptors. But
I mean, it's worth it if you can get the Sejuani down to half HP before Drake.
Pepsi Boy looking for a little bit, has a nice charm, does a lot of damage to Clavios, uses Spirit Rush to get out of there, but not going to be able to get anything. That's a lot of damage, though. Able to push them all off pretty easily, and gets a lot of lane prio off of it as well.
Yeah, still got one dash as well. That was
no charm hit, but it was really close. It looked very scary. Now the Ocean Drake is up.
And Tristanis, be careful walking up there.
Yeah,
1 second later on that walk up, he'd have been caught out.
And Viega trying to get this dragon very low. And the big charm.
Beautiful Cyclone.
Viega's going in. Has the Cyclone. Pepsi's down. Viegos might follow. That is the jungler out, by the way, for the Ocean Drake. So Toyota has really has no choice but to back off here and has to give the Drake over. A 1-for-1 trade, but the jungler is the one who goes down. So you don't have access to that smite anymore, and Ocean Drake is going to go over to Carmadillos.
And it was a good turn timer in terms of being able to find that RE. No flash, no ulti. Definitely a free kill available. But unfortunately, Vega was very low. It looks like just from the Drake and from that previous engagement around the Raptor pit. Ended up sticking around, went forwards for the Cyclone, gets that kill, but has to trade his life back. I wonder if maybe he'd done that 5 seconds later. Is that play still there? Is my first question. And does he get the Drake before he goes to that play? Is my second. Because that Drake was incredibly low. I think he was like maybe 1,000 HP from just being able to smite the thing. If he'd been able to delay it a couple of extra seconds, maybe been able to get that Drake first. As it goes instead, it's now 1-1 as we head towards a Cloud Soul.
Maybe, but I feel like Good Content was just doing too much damage on that, Yunara, for Viega to have any chance of just being able to stay there and really go for the Drake. Had to go back into the fight. Was able to get 1-for-1 trade onto Pepsi, but as soon as Viega went down, the Ocean Drake was firmly in the hands of Carmadillos.
Especially when you can't carry on fighting afterwards, right? The only way you win that Drake after that point is being able to completely wipe the enemy team. But HP advantage definitely in the favor of the Carmadillos at that point. Force the retreat from Queta Guardians is now turn towards our next objective. We have a Rift Herald spawning in 5 seconds on the top side, and it looks like everyone is clicking upwards.
Oh yeah, Clavio's gonna find a solo.
You don't have to be here.
Maybe Yeah, solo Milio, but now it's not a solo Milio. And Cheryl actually wants to go in. That's a lot of damage coming up from good content. But Clavijos is still there to back him up. Now, good content gonna ult and go in. Clavijos is low, has the W, has the flash to get out. There's a fight going on for Rift Herald at the same time. Good content.
He doesn't have E.
Still has the art.
Oh,
Still has
timing.
the ult. The ult's gone. No more time.
The set died.
Get a kill onto the Reaper here. So there goes the set. Clavina has to get out. It's so low, but Pepsi Boy still in the fight for some reason with Narek. Pepsi Boy low as hell.
Oh, what a charm.
Charm now. Lots of damage done.
Oh, he's
gonna be able to get the kill. He's going back in. Also,
he's still got the kill. Rift Herald has reset. TP in from the Azir. We're carrying on. We're fighting it.
You do have the start here for good content, so able to back up just a little bit. But Kalivos does have that Sand Soldier to be able to get in. Meanwhile, bot lane's been left undefended. First turret's going to go down to that Tristana. And the Rift Herald going to go to Cioto. And I have to say, I think that was great for CGA.
Absolutely massive. No platings on that turret on bot side, but I don't really think that Tristana is caring all too much right now. Turret Rat doing what Turret Rat does, obliterating that bot.
He's going back. Reaper's going back in here. Has the flash in.
Get a 1-for-1
straight
minimum.
for the Lulu. Good content here to back it up. There's a kill. Now the Rift Herald does go over to CGA. Viega is able to just walk back, smite it, and take it. And there's not going to be any follow-up here, I think. But at least something back, maybe,
Lulu
for
Rift Herald.
Armadillos.
You know what? I'll take it. Lulu for Rift Herald, I'll take that trade. Oh my god, he's going forwards. Does he not?
Cheryl's right in. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Has the flash in for ADHD. Has the shield off. Cheryl's so low. Good content. Do you have the dash up? Cheryl's so low. It's going to be able to get out. Oh, that was so risky.
Oh, and there's a solo kill on the bot side.
Oh, yeah.
Pepsi Boy just got solo boloed, and the Azir isn't half HP.
Cheryl did have to use both barrier and flash in that fight, though. So a lot of things burnt out. Good content used the barrier in return, but didn't have flash to use. And look at the damage on Clarent. There's the set. Oh, but Reapery just trying to walk away.
This game is absolute chaos. It was so chill for the first, like, 10 minutes. And it has turned into absolute chaos. Couple of objectives spawning at similar times, and these guys just want to fight each other. There is maximum hostility right now. As
Yanner's walking in. A nice...
He went forwards?
A nice airborne. Oh,
he's gone further forwards!
He's going everywhere! Oh, wait, is he gonna get the kill still? No, okay. Yanner's gonna get the Clarion kill. I felt like that was close with the all-out, but... Might be turret for Reapery here on the top side. Not sure there's anything you can do about it. Yep, there it is. It goes down. It's a 1-for-1 turret trade.
I am in shock that Claron didn't just go forwards. He went further forwards with the all-out as well, as that is a beautiful charm on to the Wukong. I believe he missed that cannon as a result. 10 seconds on the first Cloud Drake of the game. Third Drake overall.
Would like to point out how much vision is in the jungle right now, bot side river for CGA versus Carmadillo. Nice charm from Pepsi. Look how low Calva's going. But the Rift Herald onto the mid lane, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's gonna get the turret right here.
I don't think he needs to drive that though. He's taking a lot of time. If he just let the Rift Herald go, that would have got the spot. He could have been in the river by now. They could be taking the Drake. They could have the advantage. They have a small positional advantage, but they don't have much else.
And keep in mind, Clavo's pretty low. That's a nice charm. Viega's gonna have to go in, burns the flash, and Yanir's all the way with everybody else. As Clarent might get locked down. Pepsi Boy's got a nice spirit rush in to get this support. There goes the Lulu. There goes the entirety of bot lane. Tristana's gone. A double kill for Pepsi Boy, looking to make it a triple. Big wall, though, here from Clavos to just try and get out with your lives. But looks like this Drake is going to go to Carmadillos.
And it's something as simple as choosing to drive the Rift Herald or let it crash itself. It literally is the only difference in that fight. Is the small positional advantage turns into nothing because of that charm hit by Pepsi Boy. If they'd been further into the river, they'd have been able to just like easily take the fight that they wanted. They don't have the engage that perhaps they would have needed to start the fight off on their own, and the charm interrupts what little engage they have. And now Levois as well, staying in the bot side way too long.
Levois getting absolutely engaged on. That's a big set W to take him down. And I just want to point out now that Ari on the side of Carmadillos, you know, Pepsi Boy, absolutely fed.
4-2-2. Second item
4-2-2.
first person, I believe, to get second item, apart from perhaps this Sejuani as well. As Yannick leaves base, good content, all three of them, those second item spikes, and that's after the fight. Unfortunately for them, I'm not sure they'll be able to use those spikes all too efficiently. I'm not sure they'll be able to find anything apart from perhaps this Atakan to fight around. But trying to go for Atakan on 20 minutes, we've seen many a game thrown at this exact phase.
Oh, yeah. Atakan, one of the biggest objectives to get in the game, but also one of the most dangerous. It does seem like they're going to try and start drawing it out, but basically everyone is here except for the top lane.
Yeah, both of them have TP as well. They're in different lanes right now. We have one top laner in mid, the other one down in bot. Split push Cassante definitely has a time and a place, especially with Iceborne Gauntlet able to do a little bit extra turret damage using that Sheen proc. The longer this takes for either side to really commit, the better I'd say it probably is for him, especially with...
Oh, but they don't know! Pepsi Boy doesn't know Viega's in the bush! Has to Spirit Rush out! Only one left, dashes right back in to see if something can happen. Pepsi Boy so low, has to leave.
TPs.
But here, ADHD and 2 TPs from both the top laners, but this
is he allowed to do that?
Kind of alone. Wait, no, he's going in. And good
oh my god, he might be allowed to do that. Oh, the RKO!
And how much damage is done to the side? Wait, to the side of CGA, and it is going to be our bot laner here.
Reaper got a 4-man knockdown.
Down, and oh my goodness, Reaper is still going. Clavios, though, in the back line has so much damage done. ADHD is going to go down. Pepsi Boy and good content might be too low to continue the fight here. And actually, Clavios. So much
down
damage.
items in a lot of places. That is an absolutely massive fight for them to win, but they cannot overforce this. If they go a step too far, it is instantly throwing that fight straight back. They have to be so careful.
They're all low.
Maximum care on both these sides. A little bit further, a little bit like deeper engaged from either side,
but the
and it
TP
could have gone
here,
so much worse.
The TP here, though, to just secure Otacon because of, you know, those timers, those resets, making sure that there's no sneaky Otacon play while everyone's trying to get back to base and reset their health.
2 minutes on Drake as well, so this will still be the premier objective, the only objective on the Rift for these two teams to fight over. Though it looks like this time around, with no TPs on either top laner, no TPs on either mid laner, it's a little bit the kind of a bluff, I guess, from the Carmadillos actually agreeing to send someone into bot lane. Happy to say, you know what, we're going to send a top lane down here. We don't think you can start this Atakan. We think that even if it ends up 5v4, we're going to have a good enough team fight in a potentially disadvantageous position to just carry on with our set split pushing.
Nice charm from Betsy Boy, just gonna get a little bit of damage done. Now, there's also a lot of prio in the mid lane, but you have to keep in mind, Carmadillo's nowhere near this Otacon besides for Yannick, and not sure. I mean, they're gonna start rotating now. CGA shouldn't have the time to kill Otacon before the Carmadillos get over there. Clavio stuck in a really bad position. Oh, getting engaged on all four sides. Nice wall, but probably not going to be enough to get him out of this situation. And good content. Up to 3-0 now.
Atakan's down to 2k, but they forced him out.
Oh, and blue team
is stolen by the Ahri.
Armadillos has it. Yeah, the Ahri, not even the smite. I saw the smite go down. Too early, though. It is going to be that W to get it. No kills off of the Otacon, however. Clavio's
fight on the bot side. Cassante taking damage. Cassante's one hit.
Oh, Cassante down.
What is he doing there? He got bored in the middle of the river. They lost Atakan. He walked up the river.
Terrible time to die. Terrible time to die. Cloud Drake is up in 20 seconds
absolutely.
here.
He won't have TP either.
And also, just looking at the ward timers and the vision on both sides, I mean, Carmadillos has it right now. This should be, on paper, an easy Drake for Carmadillos. I mean, they're all resetting. They're all walking towards the Drake, and CGA does not have their Cassante.
Yeah, and they are like peaking right now, especially the Ahri, right? We think that kind of 2-3 item spike is really where the Ahri is at their most effective. The faster you can get there, naturally, the better. But after that point, you don't really have that kind of same influence gain like maybe you do as something like the Azir, who, by the way, has delayed his Shadow Flame to instead go towards the Rabadons that he hasn't been able to purchase. This is just a give. You cannot even think of fighting this. Azir doesn't have 2 items. Tristana does have their 2, which is a reasonable time to go looking, but especially when you send that Azir top, get him some money, get him that bloody hat as fast as possible.
Does get the turret here, and should be able to finish up this wave and grab items now. But look at this Karmadillo squad trying to converge onto the top lane, and also that, you know, oh, they're just fully invading red side jungle.
They're invading the jungle, but their tier 2 is going to die for this. They might be able to make a play on mid, but Tristana has decent enough wave clear, especially with her E. If she can get that on the cannon, proc it. This is a huge play right now, actually, for the Guardians, as you're not allowed to back there.
Clarence and Reaper have found each other in the jungle. Maybe just like a handshake. Like
That's a top tier 2, though. That's a silent tier 2, and they're out. Just look at the Azir money that's going to be pushed right here. Oh my god.
Look at that all out. That went far, but a big R from Reaper, and has the support of his team. Yep, good content. Able to pick up another kill. 4-0 now. Gonna go back for the third item of this game. For the Yunara, that's incredible.
Yeah, he's going to be very close to that Infinity Edge, which looks like it's for him as nice vision set up, knows exactly where that Wukong is going to be, able to go for that chance to dissuade even if it doesn't hit. I am still shocked at the overall macro play there from the Karmadillos. I think that not defending that tier 2 could prove to be costly in the long run. It does weaken the reason to go for a Baron on kind of both sides of things, especially for this red side. For the Guardians, they now only have a couple of tier 2s even bother looking for. But the gold injection that is just given to the hyper carry of all hyper carries, the Azir, has just been given that full Rabadons and is still probably pretty close to his next item.
Baron take is starting. Lots of damage. It's just absolutely being shredded, and we don't have
most.
You don't have most of CGA, yeah.
We got another tier 2 though. That's 700 more gold.
Able to get a T2, and Vega's now gonna walk in. I mean, okay. First of all, there's the TP coming in, from this Cassante.
Great
just trying to get so much damage, and there's so much of it on the side.
He is behind. He has got the flank.
Oh, Cleo's is on.
Oh, he whiffed the flash.
He whiffed the flash with so much damage done. Not really anything to do. A nice wall to get these guys back into the fight. Now Reaper is so low. Good content though on the backside. Trying to get this Clavijos out. There's the kill for good content. Has a dash away. Nice W, but so much health is still left on the side of CGA. I'm not sure there's anything Karmadillos can do here. CGA might be able to go for Baron.
Yeah, the main damage source has been taken out, has been neutralized. Here is not going to be able to do all too much in terms of damage down this Baron. But you still have a Tristana, you still have tanking. This Worm is as good as dead unless somehow there are some 3v4 heroics.
I mean, most importantly, they still have their jungler up, so they have that smite. But hey, you never know what this can happen. You've got one of the two of the biggest damage dealers on the side of Karmadillos going in right now. Good content and Pepsi Boy.
Great
lots
tanking.
Of damage, lots of healing. Baron Nashor is going to go to CGA though. That is 4 people on CGA who can use that Baron push.
And that's Clarot not even allowing them close, not even giving them the idea, not allowing them to even think of going for that play, saying, I am Cassante, I have Jack shows, try me. And they didn't even bother. They know they're not getting through that Cassante.
Good content through a few autos. It was like, yeah, I can't kill this guy. Let's just go.
He needs the IE. It's close,
yeah.
I think, to that third item spike. He should at least have it before this Drake. There it is indeed. In the bottom of your screen. 5-0-2 right now. Not even worth a bounty because his team have fallen behind, but he is still strong.
Yeah,
that's
incredibly strong.
Richest in the server.
Yeah.
Fabulous
is just still always split pushing, but it's worked so far. Has gotten 2 T2s off of it. Meanwhile, Karmadillo's not even 1 T2, even with objective advantage. But going into the bot lane fight here,
the Lulu's coming.
I mean, it's a mosh pit. There's a Lulu and a big. Oh, Clarence gonna flash the W from Reapery. You have that redemption going in for the heal, but it's not gonna do enough. Reapery gonna go down, while Pepsi Boy actually is able to grab this kill into Cheryl. Now,
mid, by the way.
ADHD has to run away. Yeah, just trying to fight went down mid, but
technically a 1-for-1, I guess.
Sorry, I saw it going down. I was like, I thought a 1-for-1 happened. No, it was just a 1v1 in the mid lane and a 3v3 in the bot lane.
Yeah, 1v2 in the mid lane. The Ari and the Yunara converged, so it was a 2v1 in mid lane. They let their top tier 3 die, but without the inhib going down as well, it could be a whole lot worse for the Karmadillos, who are, remember, this is their sole point. If they were able to get in here and smite away, they would be getting that Cloud Soul moving so much faster. Instead, it looks like they're going to go for the play on the Azir instead. Clavahos has to be very careful, especially now that Jan Erik is known about. Level 17, though. This Azir has split pushed his way to being disgusting.
Yeah, but Clavios is also going to go down here. Yeah, good content. Another kill, 6-0.
You're not allowed to be there. Your team is taking Drake. You're not allowed to be there.
Hey, Carmadillo, keep giving those kills to good content.
I mean, yeah, for good content, it's great.
Oh yeah, for good content.
And get him closer to the 4th item. LDR should be next on the menu for him. He's having a great game right now, but it's a little bit unnecessary, I think, from Clavajos. He just did not need to be there. Did not have a reason. He's already killed the tier 3. The inhib wasn't really in danger if they just catch the waves. Way too far up, playing under his Azir tier 2. Didn't count for anything. The Sejuani just turns up and says, I have CC. What are you going to do?
Not move.
That's Baron wasted.
Yeah. No push really done off of that. The one good thing about Clavios being in the top lane is that Drake went mostly uncontested with all that focus on their top lane. However,
oh, he's so close to void staff.
Yeah,
this Azir is still scary. Like even if he does 3 and 5,
even with 5 deaths, yeah.
Like I would much rather be in this Azir's position than the Ares, which is absolutely insane.
Whoa.
When you look at the kill score, but the CS and the turrets, the split pushes, we go to another fight.
Oh, Viega stunned up and right in the middle of everybody, trying to get something before he dies. Not gonna be able to. Nice free kill for Yonarek. Free kill for Yonarek.
Yeah, I struggle to explain why Vega is there. I have even more struggle explaining why you use a flash in that type of a play. No flash for 5 minutes now on this Wukong. That means that any potential Baron steal is that much harder. Any potential Drake steal is that much harder. It's just unnecessary.
T2 on mid lane is going to go down here for Carmadillos.
Oh, he found a road.
Nice wall! It's going to get 3 people! And a polymorph to shut down Yonarek stuns and stuff.
Content's
but
low.
I don't know if there's a lot of damage that can be done here. Reaper has gone in with the ult.
This is 4v5.
Parent's low, has the all out though. So
oh, what a flash shot!
It is. Clearly hosing down is first in a jungle fight actually. Caught out by Pepsi Boy while trying to get a flank on going. And good content so low. Pepsi Boy back in, gonna miss the charm. Nice. And good content is low, so they don't want to push in too much, but that Milio has so much healing. It just gives so much presence to good content. Able to try and go for a play.
Up now.
Yeah, but these 3 guys are out of here. They are gone.
Makes a lot of sense, right?
Are they gone enough? Are they gone enough? A nice charm to stop maybe this Wukong from dashing into making any play here. Yeah, they're gone.
They're gone. It's a wonderful again.
Right? Okay.
For Azir, and just as I was saying about the flashes, a whole lot more get burned. Both mid lane flashes now not going to be around for this next Baron fight or for this Drake fight, which is again going to be a soul for at least one of these 2 teams. We are approaching the danger end of this game, and there are some very key summon spells not up right now. No jungle flash, no mid flash. Top laners are coming around, but interesting choice there as well. Reaper, he TP'd into that fight. That makes a lot of sense. But now when these objectives are spawning, he kind of has to be on the side of the map where they are spawning. Otherwise, it could be another 4v5 situation that either means the Ahri has to be in bot lane, catching waves, or has to use the TP to group up.
Oh my goodness, a nice engagement to Viega. Has a clone to take the charm for him, but oh my goodness, just went from all
we can 1v5 in the jungle.
Nothing.
Yeah, 1v5 in the jungle right next to Baron. That sounds good.
Baron's up now, and it's probably going to go to Carmadillos very easily. You don't have that jungler with the smite anymore for CGA.
Ahri's base got cancelled by Baron. That's why they're going to get this tier 3.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get this tier 3 and this inhibitor in return. I don't think they're going to go for anything else. I mean,
they would not have got this inhibitor if Baron didn't troll, by the way.
Yeah, Baron.
That literally Pepsi had just been trolled by Baron.
Stop, yeah. However, they're
going to make a fight out of this.
They did get Baron. Now they've got to go back to Drake, and this fight
could
decide the game almost.
Still no Wukong.
Oh, it's firmly in the blue side jungle. A big wall to try and push out everybody. Look how low Cheryl is already. And look, good content able to get a double kill on Cheryl. And Clavios, that's all the damage. Good content with the triple. Good content with the quadra kill.
Go chase him. Go get him. He's just coming out of
Quadra kill
base.
for good
Go
content.
get
We
him.
talked about this already. Had 2 pentakills in a different
Go
game,
on,
but
give it.
Yunara doesn't have the dash shot, but gonna go for Viega anyways. Who cares about the Drake? Just end the game.
It's a 1v5 that now Vega, who took the 1v5 in the jungle to give her Baron, has to hold 1v5 instead. 20 seconds on his...
Oh yeah, and it is
He
against
knows
the
that this
Baron.
is just an exercise of futility. He's either alive or dead. It doesn't really change anything.
They're ignoring him. Like,
fun.
who cares anyway? And look, Viega's gonna go in, but the Nexus is gonna go down a little faster. And first game is gonna go to Karmadillos. And a dominant win.
Yeah, and it's just some questionable macro plays that turn this game from an exciting, narrow encounter into an instant blow up where suddenly one team wins a fight, wins a second fight, and the game is over. They didn't even need the soul in the end. Armadillos stroll to victory after some questionable positioning from Queta Guardians. That's going to be game number 1 in the books. Armadillos now 1-0 up, and it didn't take all too much.
No, definitely not. And just let that Yunara run away. I mean, ended the game at what, 10-0? Incredible.
Something like that.
Great quadra kill for good content.
Had himself a wonderful time of things. Extremely great game from him on. That won't be there for game 2. This is a game 1 special. Not going to be allowed to have that for the rest of the series, but better to use it now and get that win than to not have it at all. So
on the other hand,
definitely positive.
On the other hand, game 1 informs game 2 very heavily. So just because game 1 went so one-sidedly doesn't mean game 2 is going to go to the same team. So we have to see, especially with that fearless draft.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see after this break if we are going to have some more shenanigans or if we're going to be maybe a little more chill. Who knows? We will be back after this. Welcome back, everybody, to the series between the Carmadillos and Queta Guardians Academy. We are just about ready to go into game number 2's draft. Carmadillos winning that game number 1 in exciting fashion, picking off enemy jungle in the middle of nowhere, ending up forcing a fight just after taking Baron, walking straight down mid, doesn't even care about the soul. This time around, potentially going to have a different story, but we'll have to see how things play out, as it's going to be Carmadillos once again on this blue side. Queta sticking with the red. Let's see what they want to go towards. Remember, this is going to be fearless. So those first 5 champs from both teams completely gone in the bin. Next 10 to be picked. Let's see what happens.
Excited. I mean, maybe we'll see the bands change as well. I kind of doubt we'll see the bands change. By the end of the best of 5, if we get to a 5th game, the bands will probably change.
They might. I can definitely say
might.
they might. I can certainly say that they might change.
I'm hoping they do.
It
I
would
mean, as
be-
much as it is good for both teams to ban out their opposing, OTPs, I'm really hoping to see some of the OTPs come into play.
No. Especially things like the Mel, things like the Gwen in jungle. They're not common. They're fun. Senna support. I watch a Senna, right? if these OTPs were the Casays, like maybe I wouldn't care as much, right? But when they're fun things that, especially when you've watched tier 1 for a year, how many Sennas did we see apart from like a couple of weird weeks?
I
Not
don't need
enough.
to see the Yumi though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that can stay in the bin. That's correct.
Well, that's not even getting banned out, but I think we're good without it.
Yeah, I think that is an objectively correct statement. Can definitely stay in the bin in that scenario, as I believe we are having potentially a couple issues getting this draft started. We will be into things as soon as possible for you all, but we should be hopefully ready to get into things in just a second. To remind you what those bans were, just in case anyone has forgotten, I had to remind myself. We banned away Syndra, Gwen, and Senna on the blue side from Carmadillos in the previous one. Lux, Mel, and Aurora. So that's definitely something we're going to be looking out for, as well as, of course, those 10 bans from the champions that were played in the previous not being there either.
Also, somehow the Zahen ban came last. And okay, I think very obviously we're going to see the Syndra get banned immediately.
Yeah, taken away makes a lot of sense, right? After that Azir performance, I'm scared of him having even more burst damage, because apparently burst damage is 0.
The thing. I'm even more scared if I see Clavios on their main, actually, after that performance on Azir, who they haven't even played before in this set. I'm gonna see, the obvious Mel, Lux ban, followed by the Gwen and Senna ban. So, of course,
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. I am happy with the Mel ban, but disappointed by that Gwen ban.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Gwen jungle.
Gwen jungle doesn't get seen enough. There's a lot of top laners that apparently just get told, you know what, go play jungle for a bit. Gwen, another one of those. Aatrox recently has been granted from Riot the ability to head over there now. Orn as well.
Zach.
Really weird things happening. But yeah, Zach, slightly weirder in some regards. Very flexible in both himself and in position.
Might just be that engage we're looking for this time.
Oh, please. Please give me some engage.
Shen Zhao, on the other hand, gonna see it.
It looks like definitely the hover for the time being. They not.
It's 0-3 on Shen Zhao right now.
Yeah, looking at a solo queue record, it wasn't much better. So, could be in for a fun one. Not had the best times on the Zinzao overall in this tournament.
Looking to make it better.
Yeah, it can't get much worse. So there's a positive. As something that will definitely make things better is going to be that choice of ADC, as long as it's something.
So
you know what? We'll take something.
Smolder's such a late scale champion. And so much potential for playmaking, especially when you're behind.
Absolutely.
Maybe one of the best comeback from behind champions of all time.
It's difficult to disagree with that, though. Recent iterations definitely need a little bit more gold than maybe small.
Oh yeah.
No longer has a 15% execute on his Q, so at least there's that. No longer Baby Dragon equals Elder Dragon, but still definitely a formidable force for Queta Guardians, as it's going to be matched into by the Zaya here.
Maybe we'll see a Recon support. I know they're not great, but
actually seen a lot more Recon than we have Zaya recently, so it'd be nice to see those lovers playing together for once.
I'm just waiting for another pick here. Wonder what. I mean, last time they locked in a mid laner, so
okay.
Yeah, and there is Orianna.
Interesting choice, choosing to take that mid laner, keep their support for a little bit later. Should again get that pick if it's going to be Queta looking for the counter pick on top R5, as seems to be the default, at least in the years past. Maybe not so much this year in terms of a lot of tier 1 drafting. It was a lot more pick your top side early, let bot side fend for the scraps. This year, previous years though, a lot of focus on the R5 pick. Looks like that's what we go back to in the Zenith League, as it's going to be jungle, followed by bot, followed by mid once more.
I have to say that Orianna pick for Karmadillos is actually pretty smart. It's, in a way, the Orianna pick is also a ban, as Clavios was doing pretty good on Orianna in this, bracket. Won't be able to access that for the rest of the game anymore.
Yeah, and this is just the other thing that you have to consider in Fearless, is that sometimes some of your best champs just get taken away by the other side, and you're not allowed to play them anymore for the rest of the series. If one team plays on for everyone,
Pike ban. That's different.
That's very different.
That's incredibly different.
Some changes in the support bans. Zahen, though, a stable factor, but interesting to see the Pike, out of all things here, taken away by the Carmelos. Now, with the Guardians are looking finish out their draft. Probably going to go support on R4 if we're going to see anything like we just did in game number 1.
We've been banned out of the lovers. Ooh, the Alistar.
Why didn't they do this last time?
This is what we've been waiting for, though. And the Alistar lock in for Calvo. So finally, highest mastery at almost 700k and a strong engage. Very strong. Very good pairing with Smolder. Very good pairing with Smolder, who needs to hit abilities in order to get stacks.
Absolutely. Given that free spacing ability as well, that's why Alistar's been such a loved support for so long, especially in more recent as well, as going to get maybe more recent support in itself for the Carmadillos. Go very aggressive in that bot side, trying to punish the Smolder and the Alistar early.
Nico's one of the best supports in the game right now.
Yeah, we said that like a whole year.
Yeah. Well, did you see Carrier play Nico?
I did. I did see that.
Yeah. I love Nico.
I also saw Doran deciding to whip out the Camille in a certain game number 5. Looks like he's not going to make it that deep in this series. Only going to go game number 2, but Carmado's happy to pick up a Camille blind, by the way, in game 2.
Camille's one of those champions that can either scale really fast or get hard countered and then just stun locked in lane.
I mean, that 2-item spike is so massive, right? Triforce plus the Hydra, the Ravenous Hydra. If you don't get that by like 25, 26 minutes, you are absolutely done for. Pantheon. And I'm going to assume that this is a hard counter pick that I don't know about. Give me a second, I'm doing some research.
While we are doing research, just going to be looking at these draft picks. I mean, of course, I am a big fan of the Nico. I do love the Pop Blossom. I do love the playmaking potential on that. And there's way more engaged on both teams now. You've got the Alistar Pantheon on CGA, and you've got the, of course, Nico, Zach. Even Camille is a great engage. Even Orianna can be a great engage if you've got, that ultimate unlock. And if you're thinking about it, there's so much burst damage for Carmadillos, I feel like.
Yeah, research complete. It's not really a counter pick. it's a 50-50. Pantheon typically ends up losing lane but winning the game, which is not how you'd ever imagine a Pantheon either.
Interesting.
This is a very odd choice. I wonder if this is just personal comfort
Or maybe
because this is,
Pantheon is here for more than just Camille.
I mean, there has to be something. I did like test out the idea of maybe Zinzao headed top, Pantheon jungle, but that seems to go even worse because why the hell would you play Zinzao top lane? I'm a little bit confused by this one, but it's something that Claremont plays. It has 27 games of Pantheon in the solo queue this season, playing just under 50% win rate, 113, lost 14. It's not one of his best champs, but it's a champ that he plays, it's a champ he's comfortable on. Maybe that's all that was needed.
Would like to say these teams are very different from the teams they just played.
Yeah, extremely different. We're not dealing with anything like a mirror match. That is for damn sure, as we have some wombo combo, press everything on a couple of people and get all the kills you can imagine from the Carnadillos. And then, I mean, Queta Gaming almost the opposite, right? Looking to peel back and then snap engage when it's ready, right? When the Zinzao is tanked up just about enough, that's when the Alistair decides to turn around, headbutt Polv into, I'd imagine, Pantheon W, start turning around. Your damage is always peel back, peel back, peel back. Okay, we've got them low enough. Now we turn around. Very different identities into this one. And I can't say one side is really stronger than the other either.
And it's one of those ambiguous games, and we'll see you after the break to see who really does come out on top. Back to Winter Wonderland we go.
Indeed. And
Never mind.
well,
Oh, you hate to see it.
it looked like we had some R-Treks. Just, I'm gonna throw that out there. It could be worse. It looks like the players have already been here for 3.5 minutes. So that's fun. Though our spec delay may be slightly screwed. It looks like the R-Checks are done.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
right? This is experiment.
It's snowing! It's snowing! Hooray! Yeah.
Zintel forgot to buy items.
Oh.
I really hope he realizes.
When is he gonna realize?
Hopefully
I hope he realizes before he starts a camp. Yeah.
It would be bad otherwise.
It would be nice if he started backing soon, so we could tell. Oh, he's got pinged out. Oh, maybe he's just pinging for Zach. I don't know. I can't tell.
I wonder if anyone from Blue Team is like pinging as well. If Carmadillo's noticed this, they're not going to let him base. If they press tab, they're not even going to let him go for this.
Or maybe the damage done will make him want to. He's still there.
Oh no. Oh
He's
no.
still there. He's going towards his blue buff.
Oh, it's a disaster.
He doesn't know.
Can we blame the pause for this?
No. Everyone else got their items.
He's realized.
Okay, He's realized. He's realized. Is it? It's like not too late, is it? I think it is too late. He does.
Oh, it's way too late.
He is gonna be behind a lot, but at least he realized before he started the camp.
It's gonna be now like a camp here. It's gonna be like roughly 30 seconds time loss. Maybe not even that. You should be able to start walls if you want to. I think you get over that wall. Maybe just start blue.
That's so sad.
20 seconds down. He can't contest for the crab that he wants, but with opposite side jungling, that doesn't matter as much either way. I think he might have got away with it.
Maybe, but he's still gonna be very behind on camps.
Absolutely. that's definite.
Not without even having to say it. It's kind of tragic, but it could be way worse.
Oh, yeah,
oh my god! Oh my god!
That's worse.
The fast 2-star for Carmadillo and so much damage already done to Cheryl. Immediately had the stun up for it, so.
I cannot explain that one. He was so far away from getting level 2 as well. There were like 3 melee minions away from getting level 2, and he walked forward.
And I mean, now that's put, this bot lane on a giant back foot for CGA.
It's a bad lane to start with. Into double range? Like, how? It's difficult to play at the best of times.
I have to say, bad lane starts for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, so I guess, like, the rest of the map is doing quite well. I'm just confused. My brain can't.
You never know. I mean, hopefully this Xin Zhao finds a footing here, though. Does look like we're kind of settling.
Yes, it shouldn't be too, bro.
Clavios has so much poke.
Early game Victor doing exactly what he wants. Liang, with that pass, he's going to be able to clean up that cannon, guarantee it for themselves. Clever on the top side has burned through all of his mana.
Yeah, that's fast. Has the pot, but still no mana. Just wanted to crash wave, maybe. Unsure. I feel like there was. I am unsure of the forces at play right now. Both bot sides do have that level 3. Nice stun to get Cheryl so low already. I mean, it's hard. You don't know where the Zaka is right now anyways.
You know he's not in bot lane. You have a water pump.
He's not in bot lane. It's true. He's actually in the mid lane. Going for the Clavios. A cage to try and stop, too much, and a nice stun to try and get away. Now Viega's here. The Xin Zhao going for the skill. Has the W, has the teleport. Is able to knock up and get first blood. Clavio's gonna flash away.
Great
Guard's already down. 2 support here. A nice stun. very low, and the Zachary's going to go down. The passive proc's not going to save you here. And it is a double kill. 2 kills to start for the side of CGA.
And who would have seen that coming? Who would have even thought that it was possible after not having his jungle item at a minute 30 to end up still being in fight? Gets topside, gets a kill for himself, gets an assist.
The execution from from Viega was beautiful. I mean, just go into this Orianna, get the W, teleport, knock up, kill.
Yeah, sometimes it's just as simple as that, right? There's not much to it. As there's also not much to bullying away the Smolder, who does still have barrier. Surprisingly, that's still around for Cheryl, who is 100 HP, by the way.
Cheryl is very low, though. Now,
Nice
Calvo does have a lot of playmaking potential here, is able to just stun if needed. And this gank coming in for Viega is not going to be able to really make it, I think. Yeah, the W misses, so no teleport in.
Oh,
and actually, there's going to be a kill in the top lane.
Okay.
From Clarent onto Reapery. So, Feats of Warfare already picked up for CGA. Clarent's low, and Ynir kind of wants this kill, but it's going to ult out. Beautifully done, I would say.
Oh, that is exactly what you'd want. I mean, small downside of having to use the ultimate, but it's better than dying, right?
Yeah, better than dying. A strong start for CGA. Already 1,000
start.
gold up, yeah. And
3
the
kills.
Hextech Drake already up as well.
Great start to the game for the red side. There's not much else to say. They're winning everywhere that isn't called bot right now. And honestly, they're not really that sad about the fact that they're losing bot, right? They have a melee support into range. They have a scaling ADC into someone that can bully early. All that needs to happen for this model to be useful later is for the game to get to late. And this is going to be enough to get late later. What are you doing here?
Clavios has got a Storm, actually. Gonna get the kill into Pepsi Boy. Okay. Walk past the turret, Storm. It follows Pepsi Boy into the jungle and gets the kill. Wow.
Lost chat today.
That Victor is huge right now. 2-0-1. Gonna be ganked, gonna be engaged on it by Reaper. There's 2 fights going on at the same time. Cheryl's gonna be able to get away. Has to burn the flash. Doesn't die. Very good for them. And Clavios, another kill as Viega comes down to support him. Even with the top laner, you know, surprising him. And Clavios
is this GG?
And oh my goodness. The Victor carry is real.
Is this GG? Unironically, is this game?
We haven't seen any team fights happen yet, but I believe it's looking really bad for the Carmadillos. I mean, already
and they're
bought an item,
bot.
almost has an item. Yeah, the bot gank as well. Good content is so low. Has the barrier, gonna pop it and not able to get away from that. Cheryl's also super low. Is healed right there, and it's, oh my goodness, it's a double kill. Double kill going towards the Xin Zhao. It's looking terrible for Carmadillos.
This is a 15. This is a 15er. This game has been reduced from an interesting encounter to please surrender in 7 minutes. This has gone awfully for the Carmadillos, and I mean they must be incredibly grateful they managed to win game 1 at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%. First item already for Xin Zhao here, and probably easy grubs. Actually no, grubs going to Carmadillos, so they are trying to, you know, get something back here. Gonna walk towards this mid fight though. It's in a giant gank onto Clavios. Reaper is the one who gets the shutdown. So maybe there's a small chance of that Camille getting back online. I'm not sure if it's the play that you need. Viega and Ynir gonna have a bit of a scuffle, but not much. Still, Grubs 2 left and 3 people from Carmadillo on them. Getting engaged. It's a nice W from Viega. Has the teleport in. Gonna be able to pick up 1. Knocks up ADHD. It's just a Nico. And has the W again. A big teleport. As Pepsi Boy does give that Nico a shield. Is able to save another kill from going into the hands of Viega. This Xin Zhao, who forgot his jungle item and was the camp down, is now 4-0-2 with a 400 gold bounty.
He's still a camp down though.
He's still a camp down, but like he's 4 kills up, so
I don't think he cares
camp anymore.
I don't think he's even thought about it since that early game, but I mean, this has gone incredibly well. He's down quite heavily in CS to what maybe he'd want to be, only at 50 at 10 minutes, but...
Oh, look how low good content is. Cheryl gonna have the E, able to get the Q in on that. A Pop Blossom trying to shut down Cheryl here. Cheryl's not even gonna go down yet. Yaneric has to flash in to the storm to get the kill here. Finally, Cheryl goes down, and Yaneric gonna be able to walk away with his life, but still a double kill. Yeah, 2 kills going to 1 for Clevios, 1 for Cheryl.
Getting the Smolder on the board is like the insurance that you probably didn't need, but you may as well. In also this kind of a game, yeah, plating as well is just all sorts going the way right now of CGA. Clavios walking beyond the turret well when it was a 1v1. 1v3, I don't know if it works
1v3 has the flash, does dodge the slow and the stun pretty easily, so very good for him. He's got that bot lane prio as well, so the Drake can be... Maybe it's not Drake, maybe it's a gank. No, but the ward, they're gonna tell Carmadillo that there's an L-star in the bush above them.
I'm
no Drake yet, but...
really sure why they're not going for this. I'm assuming that Clavios has item. Gonna TP back into mid with his Blackfire Torch now freshly acquired.
Maybe just wanted that. Oh my goodness, look how much damage already done.
Even without it though, they could have still done it. He could base and TP the fight if it gets that bad.
Yeah.
I don't know how this Drake is still alive. Vega knows that he's down on CS, I guess. He just wants to go farming. Uh-oh.
Oh, Clavios is disconnected! It's a terrible time to disconnect! It's a terrible time to disconnect!
You know what, though? He's actually dodged the tangle barbs because he walked in a straight line.
Somehow.
He's unironically dodged those tangle barbs.
What a terrible time to disconnect. Stood still there for a long time. I was confused. Has reconnected. Might be able to get out of this alive. I mean, Viega's come down, and as we both know, Clavios is an entire item. So,
I mean, they both have items.
See how this goes. Yeah, they both have items. Not only is it 3v2able, it's pretty dominant. I think.
And they could grab Starfall in here as well with Clarent as well.
Oh, the Pop Blossom though, gonna lock down Clavios, and Clavios still has health. Still able to walk away and not going to be able to get anything here. Oh, the TP coming down. Reaper is also hurt though. Now Clarent and Reaper trying to get their way into this fight, and Reaper is here with any damage, able to walk into the turret and get a kill onto Clavios. Now, Vega also going to be shot down by Reaper. Reaper getting everything from Carmadillo. Clarent still up. Clarent, can you do anything here? Reaper is beautiful. Has 2 and enables the 3rd. And Carmadillo wins that fight.
They win. They had the numbers advantage. I guess it makes sense from perspective, but Clarent decides to TP instead of Grand Starfall. I'm shocked at that one.
I'm even more shocked that they didn't take Drake before, because now it's opened a lane for Carmadillo to go for it.
And now they're not FF15ing either. Yeah. Now they have a glimmer of hope. You gave them hope. They got all the shutdowns. And the Fedis member is now Reapery on the best champ to be fed on. The Camille is going to stabilize this game so effectively. Going to hold down a lane, maybe even more.
Oh, Yaneric going in. Has the jump. Oh my goodness, look at the damage. I wonder if they're going to be able to get that. A big mama's here from Cheryl. Oh, look how low Yaneric is. No kills going through for both sides.
Grand Starfall. No flash though.
Oh, but Clarent's here. Big ultimate, a big stun as well. Good content. Gonna go invulnerable with the ult, and the E is not able to get anything. No, never mind. It does enough damage for ADH Norway to clean up that kill with a cheeky Q. Back to Drake. Generic's out. A 1-for-1 trade on both of these ADCs. Wow. I don't know how we're so much is happening. Drake is finally gonna go down. I don't think there's a contest here. It is, well, it should go to CGA, but yeah,
there's Drake.
Instead, it's gonna be an engage onto Clavios, who is already low. Generic, nicely done, has a killing spree now. 3 kills on the jungler here. Oh, but Viega, a beautiful W, teleport in, has the R to push Generic back as well. Generic not gonna go in for this unless has the support here. Kavo gonna be stunned. Pop Blossom actually catches him out. Generic's got Generic's got 4 kills now. And still finding Viega, although I'm pretty sure he doesn't win that, but both of them gonna walk away. Oh my god. I mean, it was 0-7 before Reaper is going in for Viega now. Okay.
My Raptors!
Maybe not gonna actually get Viega, but the presence of Reaper alone is a danger, and Yanuric now might be able to make so many playmaking moves. I mean, got the shutdown, no?
Yeah, Reaper got a lot from those previous fights.
Where are you?
He's chilling. He's been chilling. They have great vision on this top side, by the way. That control would have been in the jungle for years at this point. They know exactly where and where isn't top side. Can't see that for the rest of the map, but they do have a bunch of vision around that Raptor pit. They do seem to love putting that down there on the CGA side of things. As we are now 15 seconds away from Rift Herald spawning, because apparently breathing is not an option in a game like this. 2v1 in the bot side dictates that it should be takeable for CGA. They just need to get their men over there.
100%. There goes the spawn. It's up. So far, CGA does have firm control of that top side river. And Karmadillos has no mid prio. They can't even get close to having mid prio right now.
And they didn't contest
Just
top
look at the
either.
difference, yeah.
Which is a massive surprise in this type of a fight where Pantheon was forced to take a base. Didn't end up going to top or mid.
Uniric's gonna jump right in. It's a big knock up here. But look how much damage comes from that smolder, and everybody's melting. It's a double kill for both Clarence and Viega as the Rift Herald goes down, and CGA walks away with no deaths, 4 kills.
Yeah. I guess it was technically a 4v4. The Nico managed to get upside, but it didn't really change the outcome all too much. That was a brutalization from start to finish, and now they're able to expand even more.
Clarence gone. There's a lot of disconnects going on this game.
I don't know the why, how and why everything.
And
disconnects.
They're all on the side of CGA.
I thought the first one was like Jan Erik or something at the start of the game.
Maybe, but after that it was
It's been the top now.
Oh no, it was Clara, sorry.
And I think this one might be the most impactful out of all of them, because this walk and turn away, the DC, might force the Pantheon to either overstay for this turret or to just have to abandon that tier 1 take. That's 300 gold that he's not going to get.
Wow. So as we wait for this pause, I mean, so far the game is obviously firmly in the hands of CGA. That team fight literally just showed us how much damage, you know, it really shreds through all of their health bars, really melts them, even with the items on Arcamille and Zach. But is there any chance for Cumberdellos to come back?
For a second, I think there may have been, but I think that window has passed with that fight. They had to do a little bit more to not get 4-0 effectively. It's just an unsustainable game state right now. Whereas, a couple of minutes ago, there was a glimmer of hope. They've now lost their mid-tier 1. They didn't end up taking that Drake where it was possible. So they're going to slowly start losing to that win condition. Smolder still exists, and he's not really behind. If anything, he's probably ahead of where he should be at this phase of the game. The rest of the map is much further ahead than the Smolder was. And, that's bad in its own right. The CS difference across the board is unkind at best to Karmadillos. They're just going to be down in terms of XP. They're going to be down in terms of gold. Bless me. Probably down in terms of morale as well. This game may just be worth giving up on at this point and preparing, at least mentally, for game number 3. Button.
100%. I'm hoping, though, so far, the Nico Pop Blossoms have been kind of on point. They've been getting a lot of good CC. They've been locking down a lot of kills. I would say they're one of the main reasons that this Camille and Zach even have kills right now.
Yeah.
It's really going to come down to CC and all that.
Yeah, I think having the Camille be pretty strong is definitely useful, especially a champion like Camille. Can in the right situation 1v9. Enemy team is relatively squishy, all things considered, right? Couple of bruises in the top side, not Camille's favorite to go into, but you can definitely deal with them. 2 or 3 engages, use those grass stacks as well as Triforce plus that Hydra. You're going to end up winning those types of fights. And then Victor and Smolder, come late game, we have seen Camille's quite literally chop the heads off of some squishy ADCs. And Smolder definitely fits that category.
Oh, definitely. The Smolder, though, I'm curious to see how many stacks he has once we get back into the game. Especially his progress on them. I mean, his team is winning, so he should have had more chances to get those stacks.
Yeah, they've been doing a good bit of fighting as well, right? 5 KP already for a Smolder at this point is nothing
Good.
perhaps compared to the Xin Zhao at 12, but
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of fighting. Bear in mind, you get +1 for every Q that kills a minion, and you get +1 for every ability that hits an enemy champion. The difference is startling.
Especially at 122 CS. I mean, if you assume that every single one of those CSs wears a Q, 122 stacks minimum, and we know that that can't be true. It's not 122.
It should be about like
he's got to kill. He's got to assist.
I reckon about 130.
You think 130?
Not all of those CS will be queued. A lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Especially that early game, you're just kind of scrambling for any
get the kills,
CS you can get. But you saw a lot of those like snot balls early hitting the Nico. A lot of Qs, especially when it hit 25, when it starts bouncing off the minions and also hitting champions, you can really start to stack it up.
Laurent's back, so we're just gonna be waiting for this pause timer to stop, and so we can get back into the game. At least this time we've paused, and it's not in the middle of a fight.
Very true. Very true.
I like that. Yeah, there we go. Back into the game. And that Rift Herald is gonna
get as well.
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, I forgot that the TT was, likely gonna go down here. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, they've actually got
That's a TP.
Oh, but Pepsi's so low already, half health and ADHD. I mean, walk in to support your mid laner. So Pepsi's not gonna die, but that was a interesting teleport, you're right.
Like directly after the pause, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he tried to make almost like a cheese play, trying to use that kind of pause timer as good content, walks away from the thing in a straight line, gets caught out by that snotball. If we can get a stack check right now on the Smolder, that'd be absolutely wonderful. But I mean, my estimate's now like 140. I'm gonna say 140 now.
140. Objective bounties are up though. Carmadillos hasn't been able to get anything.
What are we at? Hold on. Oh, 126. He's only just ticked over. Okay, but still a big spike though. Only just ticked over in his queue.
Still though. Oh, the Pop Blossom in. Nice, but the Pantheons. Wait, what?
I
thought.
No idea.
Oh no, that was his mother. I'm sorry. His mother came in. I thought it was. They look very similar.
They look surprisingly similar. I hadn't thought of that before, but they did look similar.
Okay, good content though. Gonna go down. Now Pantheon is gonna die to Zac on the top lane. Clavios coming into the back here and is able to kill this Nico, who goes in the form of a minion to try and escape. But that only works for turrets.
And even that, I think, has been patched out now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So definitely no chance of escape that time around for ADHD Norway, but they end up going 2-1.
Surprisingly similar.
They get put down off the Pantheon on the top side, but it is also 1-for-1 in terms of turrets. Are you allowed to be here? That's a TP in Camille, who doesn't quite a TP.
Reaper, he actually just gonna go in. The Cheryl's very low, a nice cage to lock him up. Down he goes, and Calvo can't really do anything alone. He's gonna be taking so much damage. But yeah, double TP, no, a TP from Clarent, and Viega's in the room. So Clarent now gonna be able to get this stun. Reaper, he's so low, has to flash out. AW though, the option of the teleport only shut down by this turret's presence. And the dragon is
try
up.
And turn this again,
Viega,
though.
I mean, the dragon is up though. If Viega doesn't go for it right here, I don't know what they're doing. It's really good. Yaneric though.
Yeah, and Eric is potentially the one being caught out of all of them. Has to go back to catch that midway because it is huge. Cannot let that go to waste, and that should give the timing for CGA.
Just a lot going on. I mean, you can really see now how that Pop Blossom might be able to turn the tides for, you know, Carmadillo if worked correctly. But with every passing fight, CGA is getting more and more powerful, especially when you compare it to Carmadillo's and the 0-5 and the 0-4 on their mid and bot laners.
And I mean, that really is the key part, right? While the Camille being strong is very nice, especially trying to get that bridge to the phase of the game where the Xayah can really take over, where the Orianna can really take over. They can't take over if they're this far behind, right? We are 1 item Orianna against 2 item Victor, 1 item Xayah against 2 item Smolder. So maybe that doesn't matter when the Nico is a Pot Blossoming minion.
Look at that, it's beautiful. Good content now finally on the board. Has that 1 kill. Needs a lot if they want to catch up, but it is a good start.
Yeah, I mean, you got to start somewhere, and picking off any bot laner is a pretty solid place to start. All things considered.
100%.
Are they going to keep going?
Trying to go in for something. Has a little bit of a tendril. Oh, but good content's gonna tag onto them. Not gonna have the teleport. And it's T1 down in the top lane for the Carmadillos.
Base taken. Are they fighting on the top side? They are fighting. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are. Yeah, Reaper is gonna slay. Whoa, Reaper able to take down the mid laner alone now.
And that's roughly what we thought when we were at that point, right? We said Camille, Triforce plus Ravenous Hydra. What I said about chopping heads off, that one.
Oh yeah, you're correct. 100%. But Otacon in the bottom lane now. So the next objective that both of these teams
we fight this.
Pivot on. Oh my goodness, CG is over behind. Good content. Do you know? Good content. Do you know?
Oh, he knows now.
Oh my goodness, and Viega is all the way in.
Turn.
A big pop blast.
Pantheon.
2-person kill, and Pantheon's in. Clarent, but there's so much damage going on. Cheryl's got the ultimate. Generic still alive somehow. Finally goes down, but the
Camille's even here yet.
And good content's gonna get a kill.
This is a 4v4.
Oh my goodness, ADHD is gonna get a kill. And Carmadillos are the ones who are winning right now. Clavio is finally gonna have the TP in. Cage.
Oh my god.
Something, but Generic's back up. Clavio's got the kill to Generic. Now. Calvin's gonna try and go in and look for something, but look at how low Cavios is. Good content. Gonna be able to pick up his second one in this fight and share. The last person on this team has a flash, has the E to get out, but still so much gains here for Carmadillos.
And they have brought this game back to just about even. I was calling for a forfeit, but they did not give up. They have continued to fight through, and it is down to Riri and Jan Erik, who may have got a little bit too excited on the Zac in that final part there, going very deep to just keep that fight going, because he knew if the fight carried on, it would still be going in his side's favor. They get an extra kill onto Clavijos, who just died twice in the space of about 30 seconds, dies top lane 1v1, TP's back in, dies bot lane 1v3. A rough few seconds for him, and now it's Atakan, and the game is so close to being even in terms of gold. And just look at the standing gold remaining as well.
Also, we see 2 kills going towards good content there, so that Xayah might be coming online soon enough. I mean, just hit second item, and actually does have more gold than the Smolder, so incredibly good for Carmadillos.
Yeah, the only issue I still see, but maybe more than just only, definitely this mid lane, an issue, right? We're down still 2.2k. It's a very difficult position to be in, as if you're this Orianna, especially without flash.
Oh my goodness, Clarent getting absolutely caught out. Has to burn the flash to just get away here. Still though, all of this is building towards the Drake in a minute. Reapery?
I think he's able to get out there. Nice hook shot wall dive.
He's fine.
Takes him over the wall. A little bit sketchy for about a second.
A little bit.
But
this Camille has so much mobility though.
Absolutely. And especially no tier 1 to worry about at the top.
Oh my goodness, they caught out. Clarent has the shield, but it's not enough, and Reapery on a rampage now is able to get up to that 7th kill.
I'm not playing the game.
Oh yeah. No, actually now has the most money in the game too, so should be able to probably take it away.
What are you there for?
Viega?
See, this happened in game 1 as well.
Yeah. Reapery unstoppable now, has the 8th kill. I mean, okay.
I guess they got mid tier too.
They did. 2 minions too.
That's nice.
Drake going down in 5 seconds though, and you don't have your jungler anymore. So
That's less nice.
that should probably go firmly to. I mean, also if I'm Clavios, I'm a little bit scared. I don't. Okay, never mind. Everyone is mid lane here, and I guess they can all be spotted out.
Yeah, and I mean
They're going towards the Drake now.
Like he could be danger zone soon, especially with the vision that is in bot side. Walks over the wall, goes for the base. This is greedy.
Oh, is Reaper gonna? Okay, able to get the back off just in the nick of time before Reaper walks into the bush, but Drake is gonna go to the side of Carmadillos. It's now basically even.
Yeah, and I mean the only difference, instantly observable, is the fact that it's 2 Drakes to win, right? Atakan taken though instead of that second Drake, if you want to phrase it like that. This game is so close in terms of gold, in terms of kills now, and in terms of nearly everything that matters. The issue I see, honestly, for the side of CGA is how much standing gold they still have remaining, right? They still have 2 tier 1s, their mid lane and their bot lane, and they've also got mid tier 2 still standing compared to none of the other side of things. There's a lot of gold that can be claimed by the Carmadillos if they're able to get these pushes, maybe even if they're able to get this Baron that just spawned on top side.
Oh my goodness, so much damage coming from Reaper here onto Clavios. Hey,
Bye-bye.
I mean, that Victor might be fed, but Reaper might be a little more fed. Might be the assassin. Might want to even go for Viega here. Viega, what are you doing here? The Pop Blossom going to be able to catch him out.
Oh, what a route.
He's going to walk away, has the R, but codes back in.
There's no escape. He may as well go forward, I guess. But he just died around Baron.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how many stacks this Smolder has now that the game is starting to go in the way of Carmadillos.
I'm going to say 220, but I don't think it's enough. They're 217. He's so close to 225.
Close.
But it's not going to be enough to contest this Baron. It's gone. This is another game where it just feels like it's mental mistakes, macro mistakes that are getting in the way of CGA doing better than what they could do right now. They have the skills, they have the capability to play better, but they're just falling into the same trap over and over again.
At one point, this game was at 0-7, and then at another point, it was 8-17, and now it's 20-20.
It's like a 5k lead in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, bounties are now finally coming out onto the Carmadillo, especially that 400 gold one on Reapery.
And when you see a 400 gold compared to like 100 elsewhere, you know that if this game continues to go a little bit further in his team's favor, that's turning to 700 in a matter of seconds. That is one of those bounties that is a little bit lower than maybe it. But,
oh, I mean, my goodness, Florent always getting called out here in the top lane. Even Redemption is not going to be enough to save him.
And it's a 600. 650.
That was a lot of health. That was a lot of health from Redemption, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's a positive, right? The cow does healing.
The cow heals a lot.
A cow heals a lot. He does, to be fair, quite a lot with his passive as well. Cow does heal a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Not enough. Not enough to save him this time. As I said, that's now a 700 gold bounty for the Camille.
I do believe that Cheryl does also have the stacks required for that final proc. So
yes,
maybe that Smolder coming online might spell bad news here for Carmadillos. We have to see. I mean, Reapery is 11-3. Has a 700 gold bounty now, by the way.
Yeah, I did say that would increase. I was not kidding.
Yeah.
That has officially increased. It does still feel like it's a little bit of him against the going with a double steel sigil. I'm just going to bring that one to your attention. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to say that he has it.
It's like a 1.5 against the world. Reapery's the one, and then has the Zachary, you know, for the engaged and the stun and the, you know, general tanking to give Reapery some kind of presence and space in order to look for a play. And it's always that engaged that's important.
I'm stuck looking at the fact that he's got 2 steel sigils. I guess unless his next 2 items pretty locked in, right? Death's Dance into Guardian Angel. Buying both those at the same time, interesting choice, especially when the Victor was so fed on the other side of things.
Just want to point out the level differences. Reapery is level 17.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many things we can point out right now. Level difference actually going in their favor the whole way across, and that's not a good flash.
Okay.
He's going to get away with it. But that was not a good flash.
At least he's alive. And Drake up in 30 seconds. You kind of want your entire team to be alive as possible. In fact, this fight. Viego, where are you? Reaper is already going in. Reaper is trying to get so much damage done. I just watched this Jin Zhao go from full health to half health. The Pop Blossom out. Only gonna catch one, but it is a guaranteed kill into Clarence, and it goes to Reaper once again. Now, look at everyone. Pepsi, ADHD, it's so low. Good.
They're fighting 4v5. The small mid.
It's a 4v5. It's a 1v5. Clavios is gonna go down. The Smolder's already going for mid push. Because that Drake is lost to CGA, and Karmadillos takes the lead in this game, firmly taking the lead in this game. Not even, Inhib turret's gonna go down onto their base.
And they still have so many turrets to claim as well.
Yeah.
They have bot tier 1, they have mid tier 1. Like, they have so much extra money that they're gonna get in a couple of minutes. Like, again, 300 gold for the Queen. It's another kill effectively through clearing out that bot tier 1 turret. 700 more on the bot tier 2. Another 300 from mid tier 1. They're going to get so much extra gold in the next couple of minutes. This game could snowball so quickly. And if you said like 20 minutes ago this game was going to snowball, I'd have, but not this way.
Oh yeah, I thought it was going to be the other way. The snowball that I saw. Not the snowball that came out of like someone's back pocket.
Not the avalanche. Like the snowball, not the avalanche.
No. And Baron up in a minute and 30 seconds, but what can CGA do now? They just really need this Smolder to get kills, yeah.
It's a ridiculous place to be in from where they were, but I guess that's what happens when you go from being 7-1-5 to being 7-5-7.
I think that's what happens when you give all shutdowns to Camille.
Yeah, she's the bridge that carries, and she's enough to like almost be a 1v9 champion. We said this when she was the one getting strong. 2-item spike is huge. A 3-item acquired ages ago. The start game makes it so much harder to get that kill.
Oh my god, this Camille already on Clavios.
I don't want to see this.
Just found him out up here. Clavios able to walk away, but Reaper is going for the level 18 as soon as possible.
That's just because Reaper left. That's just because he let him live. That's the only reason he's lived there. He chose to let him live.
Mm-hmm. And Reaper is gonna hit that level 18, so this Camille is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly so.
Yeah. Many different types of scary. Should be basing as well pretty soon. There it is. Looks like he has maybe Guardian Angel.
Looks like he wants a kill actually. He's walking up.
You can also do that.
Oh,
hello.
There it is.
No, babe.
A little bit of a hey, you can't back. Oh, and then the entire team's gonna pull up. Yeah. Boys. This is your jungle, but like it's our team's jungle now. Oh, and the
that was a shockwave, but it wasn't shockwave. I thought it was a shockwave there.
This Zaya's online.
Yeah, and guess who just died again? Right as back.
Yep, the jungler. This is uncontestable.
That's 3 Barons in a row.
Straight to Karmadillos. There it is. And all 5 of them get it too. So the only saving grace here for CGA is that most of the waves are pushed up in favor of CGA.
So they've been really good with their waves all game, to be fair. Yeah. They've been doing a really good job pushing out those waves when it's been necessary.
I'm excited to see what Reaper buys here. There's the GA. An entire item, by the way. Yeah. Straight from the Steel Sigil.
2k gold in the bank before that. And just spent it all at once.
Oh, yeah. And GA is big. I mean, now you can go in and know that you have that extra life in your back pocket. Especially if you've got that team coming to back you up.
Full send. I mean, I don't know how this game has changed so drastically from what it was. It is like a 12k swing from what we were seeing in the early game right now, and it's only going to get worse. Nice smash.
Oh my goodness, going in for the Cheryl for the Smolder here. That's a lot of damage. Just keep going. Take the inhib. Why not? I mean, it's a big fight though. Clarensen, a pop loss to the shutdown Calvo, but it's not going to get anyone else. And actually, ADH no D has to rock it out there. So little damage. Oh my goodness, they're so low. But Reaper is the one with all the control here. Going to be able to get 2 kills. Pepsi Boy actually picking up a kill into Clarence. And Reaper. So much damage done. What can you do? It's an ace for Karmadillos as they look to take not only Inhib turret, but the entirety of CGA's base. this Smolder respawning in 15 seconds, I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to stop the Nexus from going down.
Doran who?
Huh.
Like, quite honestly,
Oh, they've already disconnected.
This has been a dominant performance from Reapery and almost Reapery alone. Jan definitely useful in making sure that Reapery got ahead when he could, made sure he had at least one winning lane to play around, and then, I mean, the Camille took it from there. Ends up 15 kills, 3 deaths, which, by the way, didn't change from the early game. And this is something that's so different from one side to the other, right? It's the fact that on one side of things, Carmadillos, whatever happens in the early game, okay, it happens, they move on, and then they just kind of exist in that phase, right? They don't care about the fact that they've lost some people early on. They take the good fights when they come, they avoid the bad fights, and they push forward. They get the kills when it matters, and they end up taking down what was a near impossible game state. On the side of things, you cannot say the same of the Guardians.
No. Importantly, CGA kept pushing up solo into like 2-3 people. So in a lot of these fights, Carmadillos just had the numbers advantage and was just able to use that. Specifically that.
Absolutely. The numbers advantage got them back in the game, and then wallet difference got them further ahead after. It was just an insane snowball for a position that didn't look like a snowball, if that makes any sense. It's just it's the reverse snowball. I don't know how they managed it. I don't know how they.
Someone threw a snowball, the spell, and then Nunu and Willem came out on the other side. Yeah.
Like none of it makes sense, but it happened. It happened in front of my eyes, and I don't believe it's 2-0.
It's 2-0. 2-0 though doesn't mean that the game is over.
Also true.
So,
very true.
I mean,
indeed.
you never know. CGA could come back and just clutch the game here. So we'll see you back for the third, maybe final game, but hopefully not for CGA, the third game of the series.
Okay, welcome back, everyone, to the series between the Carmadillos and Sueta Guardians Academy. I am still Root, but I am now joined by someone else. We have Jack joining me in the casting booth. How are we doing this fine evening, Jack?
I am excited to see whether or not the Guardians can pull this back because I'm not gonna lie, my heart wants there to be a better series here. My heart wants there to be a 5-game banger, silver scrapes, etc., etc. But my mind tells me there is no way they come back from that tilter of a game 2.
That is a great way to phrase that game too, as well. A massive, massive tilter in being so far ahead, so early on, to somehow throwing it all away. It's gonna have to leave a definite sting, a definite sour taste in their mouths. Let's see if they can recover from that, though, as we head into game 3. The sides are still the same. Even after losing those first 2 games, they're still choosing red side, with the Guardians. And it looks like we're going to go same bands as well.
Yeah, so it looks like they're prioritizing here the counter pick. They want to make sure that they get a good matchup, presumably in top lane. We did see in the early game there on the Pantheon that the top laner for Guardians was able to get something going for himself, but it just didn't really matter as we got to like 15 to 20 minutes as the game became more about the team game. The kind of the Zac Oriana combo in team fights was really oppressive, even though Ori was fairly behind. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the late game insurance that that the Guardians had in the Victor and the Smolder didn't really do anything when we got to the point where they were supposed to shine.
I think that'll be fair to say. I think that's a pretty accurate statement of how things ended up as, oh, we're getting a change up. We're not going with I just pick a bot laner on 1. Or a jungler on 1. We're picking top lane. We're picking Zion.
Okay.
Release date says that this is the best champ in the game. So I'm willing to believe it. I've seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I don't know how long you've played League for, but if you remember the original Aatrox, which is kind of where Zahen's passive comes from, it was oppressive then, and it is low key oppressive now. He gets like extended fights. He just gets to live twice. Essentially, he gets a free GA every like 5 minutes. It's kind of a joke, but they brought it back. Here he is. He is, blind pick B1-able for Carmadillos here. And do you know what? Considering the performance Reaper he gave, I do not blame them for like just giving him complete faith here. I think arguably game 2 was completely brought back by him, by his performance, by his ability to catch the Smolder and catch the Victor off in side lanes and just, make really big picks. So giving him this champion that, like you said, I think is arguably top laner number 1 on this patch. We're gonna have to keep eyes on Reaper and see how he does here. But in terms of other picks, I believe this blank pick is supposed to be. Was it supposed to be Thresh?
Yes.
So we've locked in the bot lane
on the bot side for Sueta Guardians, and it's going to be taken into an Ashe plus something else to go alongside it for the Carmadillos. Looking, I'm assuming, towards that support position now. They know they're into a Thresh. Got to be careful with the level of engage that at the same time, you do need something potentially, or you can go massive poke. Interesting shot here. Going to send it the complete other direction into a Sivir. I can't say I'm a fan of the Morgana. They're going to.
Oh, I can't tell if that was my headphones that cut out or if it was your mic.
Probably my mic, knowing me.
Oh, okay.
But
Cool. All right.
we will.
Yeah, I was gonna mention I don't dislike the Morgana into the Sivir because her Q cooldown is significantly shorter than the spell shield, right? So if you can bait out the spell shield, of which shouldn't be too hard, especially after 6 when you've got Enchanted Crystalline Arrow, these are all really good options. The thing I don't like is from the Guardians just holding back their top lane pick here. I assume they're worried that Carmadillos may flex it into the jungle and then get a good top lane matchup, but they have picked up Swain here to round out their stage 1 picks. So Swain is a weird one. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, I only really know it to be in support as a successful pick. In mid lane, it really has mixed results.
Yeah, well, mixed results are going to have to be what they deal with.
Mm.
It has been locked in, and with the Thresh being taken, I think it'd probably be a lot worse if it goes the other way around.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see
agree. If they're
Swain
putting
either
Thresh
in mid or
somewhere else, it's
potentially
gonna
in
be a
top
mess.
as well. I don't actually know how Swain is doing into Zahan as a champion. It doesn't sound awful, but nothing exactly sounds good into that behemoth either. So I'm going to do some research, and I'll let you carry on the draft talk.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, I mean, just in theory, if the Swain is top, so if it is theoretical, they both really like extended trades, right? Swain is someone who, when he can pop his ult, if he can keep his ult on, pretty much all of Zahen's abilities require him to be within range of the damage over time of Swain. So they're both going to be annoyingly difficult to kill if it's going top. It could still not. We're seeing top lane bans come out here by the side of Carmadillo, so I believe they think the Swain is mid. They are taking away Jax and they are taking away Malphite here. Meanwhile, jungle bans are coming out by the Guardians. They've taken out the Nocturne and the Jarvan. So trying to get rid of some prime engage tools away from the jungler of Carmadillos. We have seen Jan Erik on a bunch of engage so far. We saw him on the Sejuani, picked up his first win on Sejuani of the entire season. And then his second win here on the Zac as well. So the Zac had really iffy early game presence, did get bullied by the Xin Zhao, but like we mentioned, the team fight prowess came to play, and they are gonna lock in this R4Z here. So
Wow.
I think that's a jungle Z pick, I imagine.
Would
I
assume
don't
so.
think you blind Z mid here. That sounds like a very bad idea.
Yeah.
So
We said jungle's still definitely a thing.
oh, it will be a thing until I think it may kind of get neutered in the new season because of the
Yes,
fact that all of
it
the
is.
camps are about to become significantly beefier. So he's
Someone
not
who
going to
won't
be
get
able
hit by
to
that
play
though,
quickly.
maybe as much.
Yeah,
On
yeah,
the other
no,
side of things,
100%.
is that a movement which has been locked in by the Carmadillos? Going to go very CC heavy by the looks of things in game number 3. Very solid lockdown, now guaranteed, and very good setup as well, by the way, for this Morgana in the form of the Curse of the Sad Mummy. All those bandage tosses makes it a lot easier for that Morgana to get a lot of value, stacking up stuns on roots on stuns, as it's going to be the Lissandra taken at the last second there by the Carmadillos. I was skeptical of the Fizz hover. We don't get baited by hovers over here in the Zenith League. It is going to be that Lissandra taken. They at least anticipate into the Swain as an option, but the results of my research say that Swain is okay into Zahan, and Kale is better.
Kale would be better. I agree. So the only thing I will say is that I have not really liked the Guardians late game, and Kale is a late game champion. So we may not
Maybe
get to
it'll
see
help
Kale
them.
do the things that we want. But, you know, they've kind of drafted a really late game focused team here anyway. Siva needs multiple items to get online. She's kind of designed to drag the game out. You know, she has infinite wave clear once she doesn't have to worry about mana with a boomerang and bouncing blades. Zed has really good wave clear as well, actually. Once you get some CDR on him, he can shred a wave unless it has Baron power on it. So that's good for them. They have kind of got the tools here to potentially set up the KO hypercarry, but I'm not sure if they can pull it off considering what we saw in game 2 and arguably game 1. Like we said, game 1 was close until it wasn't. There was a couple team fights, a couple pivotal moments where we saw namely Vega, to be honest, getting caught out before important objectives and costing the team arguably the games.
Okay.
So what I
Counterpoint.
will say though, oh, go on.
What
go
if you
on.
play Zed?
Yeah,
What if you
that
can't
was
get
that
caught?
was what I was about to say. That was what I was about to say. I was like, you know, he keeps getting caught, so now he's picked a champion that's slippery as hell. So you know he's gonna be able to get out with the W, with the ultimate kind of dodge key damaging abilities if he needs to. But on the side of the Carmadillos, I mean, they've seen what's worked for the last 2 games, which is lock someone down, kill them, win team fight. This draft, very Freljord focused, by the way, but is also very CC focused. We got We've got the entombment by Lissandra, so her R, her W, they're perfect abilities to lock down these squishy carries on the side of the Guardians. Ashe has the arrow if she can catch anybody off guard. They have bindings with Morgana. They have Zahen's hook to drag people in. They have a lot of easy ways to start fights on this team. Bandage toss, curse of the sad mummy, it goes on, right? And so I fear that Guardians are going to need to play this probably perfectly. And their AD carry probably needs cleanse. Even though he has the spell shield, I think he still needs the cleanse in this one.
I would not begrudge a cleanse at all. I think that would be a wise business for this Sivir through that spell shield. And honestly, to make sure you actually get the spell shield value as well, right? Because there are going to be so many CCs flying around that if you get caught by the first one CC chained, you don't even get to use that shield. If you just get caught, you get caught. At least with the cleanse, you can then use that to then maybe escape and get your damage off in these extended team fights. You have the Thrush as well to try and peel away, to try and give you a little bit more space. And I can confirm, by the way, that Sivir has definitely taken the cleanse in this game. It makes a lot of sense. It'd be almost impossible to play otherwise.
Yeah.
Is it Kayle mid?
I mean, it does look like
it's
it.
Kayle mid.
It is Kayle mid.
We're giving away some spoilers because I think we still have to wait for Spectre here. But
do we? Okay.
I think it's Kayle mid.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it since we've already spoiled it, even though it isn't obviously visual on broadcast yet. But yeah, Clavios is on the Kayle here. So it is Kayle versus Lissandra, which I actually think is a worse matchup for Kayle because if the Lissandra knows what she's doing, she can just pop her every time her ult is on cooldown. It's very easy for her to get on top of Kayle. Very easy for her to shut her down. She is not particularly beefy, nor does she build anything in the way of becoming beefier, right? She builds pure damage all the time. The only way she's surviving Lissandra's damage is if she has her own ultimate up, right? Or if she can space effectively and keep herself safe. But I think it's going to be a difficult one, honestly. So, but we will get to see that Swain into Zahen matchup that we were kind of theorizing.
Yeah, and that is a better matchup early, at least, in terms of neutralizing the Zahen power, because early game Kayle doesn't exactly do much, right? At least with the Swain, you have a little bit of early presence as well. You can attempt to put the Zahen behind. On average, he ends 15 minutes down about a kill worth of gold and down a decent chunk of XP to the Swain. When you then get to that point, I think is where you start putting the Kayle into the Zahen and say, okay, you've been put a little bit behind by our early lane phase, and now we're going to put you even further behind by our mid to late game phase.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. I think if we can see something kind of a little shifty happen there with a little bit of lane swapping in the mid game, just to kind of assure the fact that Kayle gets a favorable matchup. Kayle is the win con and Sivir is the win con here for the Guardians. So they're going to really want to make sure that they get the most out of everything they can. Swain, while he is annoying and very beefy, I don't see a world where he gets to carry the game here, considering just how much CC Carmadillos have, right? Like, they can probably kill him just by locking him down before he gets to press R. And it may be very difficult for him in this game to really become the raid boss that we associate with Swain.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be another key point, right? Is that can this Swain protect himself and his teammates? Because while he may be a drain tank, if he's left alone 1v5, he's not that much of a drain tank, right? The rest of his team needs to be there. The rest of his team needs to be doing stuff, and they need to be able to play the game. Like when push comes to shove, they have to be able to play the game. They have some tools to be able to do so, right? With the Sivir having cleanse and that spell shield. The Kayle also really does come to mind, making sure that a chosen someone gets to stay alive. Their team fighting come kind of 25, 30 minutes should hopefully be better this time, but it is down to the Guardians to really pull themselves together and start winning games that they have to win.
Yeah. From my understanding of the bracket that was shown earlier, wait, no, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this guy getting caught out. Immediately caught with a binding. First blood's going to go straight over to good content. and that is not what you want to see for the Guardians at match point. Very
Someone
messy
forgot
here.
how to put the vision down.
And caught out
There's
with
no
a
way to get
bandage
another
toss
one.
here. Calvo Mason might get caught heels to get himself out.
Flash
Another bandage
heal.
toss.
Bandage toss on the turret. Oh no! Jan Eric has to flash away himself. For the Amumu this time around. 200 HP, gonna flash away. He may even be delayed on his early game here because he's gonna have to take a base. Bear in mind, he's not able to start W. He's not able to start the buff easily. He's not able to start E because he went with the bandage toss. He went with that Q. He can't start Raptors easily. He can't start on a buff. He's going to be about 10 seconds delayed for getting that kill. Well, not even for getting the kill, for getting the afterwards. And also, look at what Vega's done. He decided to go for an invade here. Referee sniffs it. Referee's coming down. But if he does go down, if he commits to this, he's going to find a level 2 Zed, and it's going to be too little too late. The issue is on the bot side, Cheryl just about avoiding that dark binding, able to hide behind the minion and not get tagged early.
No, for sure. I think this is really smart by Vega. He is one of the fastest clearers in the jungle on the Zed. So, you know, seeing that the bandage toss is the thing that the Amumu has taken. Yeah, I don't know if we can hover over it with the observer just to see whether or not there was a ward on there. But there's been no ping
They have ward on
coming
blue,
out.
but that's it.
Yeah,
They've ward on blue, but Referee went down there. He saw he didn't start on the enemy blue, and it's like, oh, they're not on my camps. He's not over here. But because he started even deeper, he started on the walls, and that's going to give Jan Eric a false sense of security here. He's going to go from his Krugs up to the Raptors and then head across to this blue side. There's going to be nothing here for him. And that is, by the way, Vega already hitting level 3 as well. He goes across to his own red side camps. They suspect that the invade hasn't happened from the Amumu. And, I mean, Jan Eric is put so far behind now. This kill might not even be worth it in a couple minutes.
Yeah, no, I agree. Zed getting a 3-quarter start, so he gets to take one of the quadrants of Amumu, who also, Amumu's a champion who wants to power farm. He does have good ganks, but we're going to see
Speaking of good ganks, he's going to turn up mid, and that is way too far forward. Clevijos flashes up, but he's not going to be able to flash away entirely from this one. Yannick missing on that second bandage toss, but there is no Zed in sight. They are still so far away. It's just going to be the flash with the CC for Pepsi Boy as he picks up a second one, and that is just something that you could not afford at this phase of the game. You have put the Amumu so far behind by Vega being exactly what he is, right? A fast-clearing, high-damage dealing jungler. Jan Eric has been put right in the mud. You cannot let him back into it. You cannot give over a kill, especially on a champ that scales so well.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that was unnecessary aggression from the KO. There was no reason for them to be that pushed up, considering they knew where Zed was. They had no protection. They had no assistance.
Hold on.
And we might see a little bit of a play go on here. Clarent is low mana, though.
I mean, Jan Eric gets caught out completely here, as it's going to be a 1-for-1 at the very least, but it looks like Swain should be able to maybe get a little bit more note. Reaper gonna flash away, make sure he gets himself out to safety. So a 1-for-1 with the kills going to the top lanes. We head back down to bot instead because that's much more interesting. Cheryl has absolutely 0 mana right now, but the mana doesn't matter when the boomerang, with the auto attacks rather, do this much damage. Going to be a forced flash away. 3 summoners for 0 in the bot side. Cheryl is going to need to take a base at some point. Going to be a push this wave in, the cannon wave with that W. No mana left on him though, as he will look for a base soon.
Yeah, I think this wave is probably going to be the last one before they have to take a base, because Sivir without mana is really rough. But yeah, now as you said, Jan Eric is here, and Jan Eric is looking.
Long. They might be forced to commit. The bandage toss connects early. Instant CC is nice. He's just going to stand there. He's just going to keep on walking. He's going to keep it going. The flash and the cleanse forced away by Cheryl. Doesn't have a second bandage toss. So that's going to be Jan Eric going away from this one.
Look at Vega.
Down to the precious Zed. But yes, indeed, the Zed has turned up. Beautiful bandage toss from Jan Eric, but he is close to get out of mana, and that is a second kill already for his side of things. Vega gets one for himself as well as the one for the top lane that he got early on, as Clarence forced to flash away on that top side. Warden's Mail, the early choice for him. An interesting decision. Probably going to go to something like the Frozen Heart, as Cleverhouse is just dead in mid lane. That will be Alessandra picking up a freebie. Kills all over the place, but the gold is roughly even, as maybe another kill on the top side, because Claron got caught by the pullback. Referee ticks over to level 6, doesn't even need it.
Yeah, that is so... What takeaways do we take from this? I think the solo kill top and the solo kill mid are really rough here. positive outlook on the bot lane is that they were able to turn what was assuredly 1 kill. Oh, good content might go down here.
He's
Looks
close.
like
Hanging on.
I
Just
think he's
to level
okay.
5. If he doesn't take over, he can't stick around here. But, oh my god, that boomerang blade is close. And I can guarantee you that black shield is absolutely nothing. That is physical damage. Trying to be shielded by a magic shield, that does nothing to stop. Just gives him a nice little fake shield as he tries to back away. He's going to clear that way, but this one here, surely not going to be a possibility. ADHD Norway trying to clear out some of it with his W as
no, the ultimate's up.
Does hit 6, so he is going to be able to ascend, go ulti. Jan Erik is still level 4, by the way, forced to flash away himself. Finally turns around the Frozen Tomb, Vanish Toss forwards, Root CC chain is nice, but it's still only a 1-for-1. Jan Erik probably could not afford to go in there. I don't know if Pepsi Boy could have got that kill without him, though. Guarantees the 1-for-1, as that is Lissandra at 3 kills already.
Yeah, I was going to say that I think Pepsi Boy could have got that kill on his own, but never mind. Let's look at the top side here, because it's probably going to be another kill.
Exactly that. No. It is exactly another kill. Referee kills Claron once more, and the healing, by the way, after that, absolutely disgusting. I didn't think that Zahen had that much healing, but apparently he does. And it's actually more about that Warner's Mail. I mean, if he has that much healing, why are we not thinking Bramblevest here?
I mean, it looks like it's going to be an early Frozen Heart here for the Swain, which I don't think is normal for Swain in general, like in any given matchup.
I do kind of like it into Zahen, to be fair. As Veiga goes Deathmark on to Reapery, who gets shut down in the process. So we have another game where Veiga is getting strong early, as that was very close to a hook connecting from Calvo Mason in the jungle. Veiga going to go aggressive even further as well onto Jan Erik. He is not even allowed a Gromp right now, up 2-1 into in terms of CS. My brain can't work. It's not 2-1. It's 3-2.
It's so good.
It doesn't matter. He's up in CS in the jungle.
Yeah, he's up in CS, he's up in kills, he's up in XP, he's up in everything right now. And so I really like the idea of being aggressive there. And yeah, he comes in to immediately steal it. This might be a little bit too aggressive, though, because Reapery is here. And Jan Erik is going to try and get the maybe. Okay, no.
Oh, what a pullback.
No,
they're going to keep going.
Surely Veiga dies.
Vanish Toss is going to go 1-for-1 again, though, as Clement actually may be the one that's motion. Ash arrow from out of nowhere, from spawn. There's a lantern there to maybe get him out to safety. He will. Calvo Mason turns up to save his top laner. But that Ash arrow was beautiful from spawn to be able to predict where that Swain would be heading. Beautiful play from good content, but just not enough damage in that short time period. About 3.5 seconds of stun, and it still wasn't quite enough. And now as Calvas looks to go aggressive once more in mid, he is met by ADHD Norway. He has no spell shield of his own to speak of, but the slow is going to be enough. He's going to lose a couple minions in that wave, but it's small price to pay for staying alive.
Okay, we see here Veiga is looking, trying to maybe do something. I wanted to mention that it was a really nice roam by Calvo, and it's basically the only reason Clarent didn't die there. But if Veiga hadn't died, they would have been able to do the grubs. But a little bit of over-aggression here, and now we're going to see.
He has item. He has not take Psycho Sword at 9 minutes. He's going deep because he is strong enough right now. The 3v3 has got to favor the. Surely, right? But maybe not, as the KO ult late to just about save him in time. Veiga will eventually go down, but the player overall is actually positive enough for the blue side here. They're going to keep on going. How are the Carmadillos winning? This is a triple kill for Pepsi Boy, and a Dart Binding reaches the maximum range as well. It's a 4-for-1.
Yeah, so the reason why that play went so well for the Carmadillos is because while, yes, the Zed has Voltaic Cyclo Sword, he can only really burst one person. And so he only really got onto one, whereas they have the Amumu's doing AoE damage to everybody. The Lissandra is doing AoE damage to everybody. Zahen landed a multi-man ult onto everybody. So even though, yes, the Zed was strong, the just being able to hit everybody without really trying just kind of won them that fight there. And now they've carved out about a 2k gold lead for themselves. They're doubling kills. They got 2 of the 3 grubs. They are looking very strong here going into the mid game.
Absolutely are. And once again, when the Carmadillos are playing an early game, they decide not to bother with these Drakes. They are happy to just chill in their lanes. They're winning, especially in top and in mid right now. In those 2 lanes alone, they have 11 of their team's 12 kills on just the laners. Poor Jan Erik, he's done a great job this game of just sacrificing himself for the greater good. Like, everything that he has done has been to make sure that the rest of his team gets further ahead, especially in these solo lanes where Reaper is now more than strong enough with that Triforce to just walk forwards, and Clarent can say absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, Clarent can't do anything in this game. I think this entire series has been a masterclass by Reaper showing how to win in top. And, well, I was going to say something about Jan, but the bandage toss is going to
Jan once more flash away from Clavijos, who does not have his ulti, which is why the flash was used there. And the CC chain from these two in mid is just too much. Jungle mid should not have this much CC between them, but apparently they do. Jan, though, very easily caught out by a Thresh, who ends up getting that kill because the movement decided to walk into a box. That ends up being his own death sentence. Still Death Note available for Vega, but
this is a 2v3,
yeah, absolutely it is. 2v3 potentially going to be taken here. The third person is close in terms of Cheryl, but he's not quite in this fight. Caught out by Dark Mind. And Pepsi, though, is taken out entirely, and that's a 700 goal shot. And TP in from both top laners is a little bit too little, a little bit too late. Reaper's going to get one on the top side, but good content is falling on the bot side instead, and that's Cheryl picking up a kill for himself as well. Already on that Essence Reaver as well. Reaper comes flying in. TP from Clarent. He's going to turn this around in his own favor as a beautiful pushback. CC, he's going to go in deeper, but he gets a kill. He hasn't even got his passive up yet. He finally gets taken out. Clavijos gets that one there as the bandage toss goes forward. He will end up getting killed onto Cheryl. Curse of Sam used, and that is a 1-for-1 trade. Finally, Jan Erik gets onto the board, but unfortunately for him, it is going to be just about that in this fight. ADHD Norway pops the ult, but he's also going to get popped by the Swain, who turns up with that TP and picks up a double kill with the Frozen Heart as well. Crazy team fight, and we are completely even in gold.
I'll say that
Unless
fight was massive.
In which case we're not going to be even in gold.
We've seen him get caught out multiple times in this series, and he is just going to get. He's just accepting it. He just accepts it.
Yeah, you play against Ashe. Bushes don't matter.
Yeah, no, I respect his commitment to just be like, yeah, cool. At least if I die quicker, then like I respawn quicker, right? You know.
Exactly. Said run under his turret, man.
Yeah, at that point, maybe that's the play, to be honest. But yeah, I wanted to mention that big fight before Clavijos kind of ruined it. The fight was massive for the side of the Guardians. They got 3 kills onto their very abused Kayle. Like, Kayle has not been able to play the game this entire game so far. So getting 3 kills onto them is massive. We see Glacial Prison's going to come out here for Pepsi Boy to keep himself safe from Vega. And now it's a 3v2. Oh, Arrow.
Millimeters away there from good content. Just slowly sailing by his Clarent. Has action in the top lane. But both of them are able to avoid it, as that is a Clavijos DC, unfortunately, for the Kayle. He is stuck in spawn, and we are not seeing a pause right now, as he is reconnected. I'm assuming maybe the players paused themselves, and we're just able to carry on through this little bit of spec delay, as Clarent is going to pop the ulti in top side. Unfortunate timing for him there, as that was not going for the win. Hextech Drake finally taken as 14 minutes ticks over. Atakan decides the bot lane has been where more bloodshed has occurred this game. He's going to head down there in 6 minutes' time. Before then, we have Rift Herald in a minute.
For sure. It is not the best sign for both teams here that the Dragon has taken 14 minutes to even get started. So, you know, this means realistically, if, for example, the Armadillos.
I don't think the Guardians need it. So I don't think they mind it though. I don't think the Guardians mind it too much.
No, yeah, it gives them more time to scale, 100%.
It's still 15 minutes until Soul. At that point, 30 minutes into the game, Kayle should be online. Sivir should definitely be online.
Sivir will be online, yeah. Yeah,
like,
no, 100%.
This is playable. This having a later Drake is good for them.
Arguably, they could have traded when they did the Grubs fight,
Also
right?
true.
Like, the Grubs fight probably wasn't winnable, so if they had got that Drake on the board for themselves, it would have been equally as good, if not better. And we see Clavijos here just get popped. What was that? Okay, so I assume he didn't know that Reaper was coming, but he did just walk into his death there. That was really rough to watch.
If someone did that in solo queue, I would accuse them of running.
Oh, it might have been a... Okay, I think it may have been a DC. Yeah, it may have been a DC, which is really depressing to see, but... on the top side here, we are going to see...
I don't think that excuses the right click forward from everyone else, though. This is an odd play for Clarent, who does have anti-heal to try and mitigate some of this. He's into 2 very heavy heal champions, but he's not going to be able to escape that stun. Reaper, he takes up another one. As Rift Herald does fall, Vega has turned up. Voice of Curse Samoan beautifully with that Death Note, but misses all of those shurikens, and that is surely going to be him sent to his grave. Jan Erik down a level 2, 6, and 8. But, I mean, those two are really counting for a lot right now on the Amumu.
Yeah, I really want to commend Jan Erik for being as useful as he has, considering how far behind he put himself to get his team ahead. That is a very nice hook.
No, that from downtown from bot lane, and that's Reaper TPing on as well to be used. That the hostiles to Pepsi Boy on the other side of the fight. That's not very interesting. As that Ash arrow from bot lane to mid snipes the support. A beautiful play again. Good content. When he hasn't been close, he's been on the money instead. He has not ever missed by a lot. It's always been incredibly close, or he's just absolutely destroyed them. And I honestly, I don't even know what you do against an Ashe like this right now. There's so much
when
CC
you're already
on the blue
behind.
side. You're already behind. There's so much CC. When this hits as well, like, what can you do?
It is a difficult one, and
It's a 9-kill Lissandra.
you know, yeah, the Lissandra being as ahead as she is the main problem, in my opinion, because one thing I wanted to mention in Champion Select, but never really got a chance to, is that the damage profile of oh, never mind. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Clavio's game again.
Nine. It's a 9th death for Clavijo, who also decided to bring his jungler to get a 6th as well. Thank you, you two, for making it 6-9 in deaths. You are doing yourselves a good deed today. Bot lane, unfortunately, has no good deeds left. It is going to fall very quickly to the Rift Herald. Tier 1 has been popped. Tier 2 going to at least get charged at by this Rift Herald as well, as the Carmadillos are doing so well at punishing some overplays everywhere that it is happening, especially against Clavijos on a very squishy champion. We saw in game number 1. He was playing the Azir. He's playing a very squishy champion in that game as well. He got himself strong by split pushing, but he was still always so squishy himself that it didn't really matter. And
Mason's pathing here.
I mean,
he's gonna just get himself killed.
I don't think getting up, running upwards would have saved him, but it's happened multiple times right now where pathing is just a little bit questionable. As that is an enchanted Crystal it's going to be flashed away from by Cheryl. This is maybe turnable. Curse's time is quite nice, but the burst damage is just too much on the other side of things. Cheryl will get one, but that is going to be a 1-4-2 as ADHD Noy decides he wants a kill for getting 16 assists. He thinks he deserved a kill. I think, you know what? Fair enough. 17th KP can be a kill. Why not? Get yourself a little bit of money on the Morgana. As, I mean, this game, if I was advocating for an FF in game 2, then, I mean, I'm advocating for an FF of the series in game 3.
Although you say that, but this is their playoffs, right? If you lose here, you are out, from my understanding.
Yeah,
so,
it absolutely is. As that was a minion death, by the way.
Yeah.
Clavios
is, I think he has given
with his
up.
ult up.
I think he has given up here. I wouldn't be surprised if that was there's a little bit of the tilt factor going on there for him. But let's cooler heads prevail here for the Guardians. What do we do here to actually bring this back? Even if we can accept that we can't rely on the KO right now to carry, I think at this point we need to just funnel as much money as we can physically onto the Sivir. I think that Cheryl has done well, and we're gonna see Reaper call out here.
CC immune goes ulti, but gets popped again. Death Note getting that execute, and that's going to be Veigar getting a second 1,000 gold shutdown for this game. He's going to be keeping up in terms of just by shutdowns of enemy solo laners. He got this Lissandra for the one death that Pepsi Boy does have. Might be looking for the second one. Still doesn't have Zhonya's just yet. But with no Death Note, that kill threat is much, much less.
No, for sure. I think without the R for Zed, he is significantly less threatening against most people. And the problem here is that Lissandra is so good at dealing with Zed. She has an inherent Zhonya's in her kit, and she also rushed Zhonya's. So she has 2 ways to ignore his primary source of execution.
Good content. Are you allowed to be here? Yes or no?
If they
yes
miss hooks,
is the answer, because death sentence went millimeters wide and unfortunately cannot extend that hook any further without the use of his flash that he didn't quite have at that point in time. And it looks like Atakan is just going to be given over here, as it's going to be GCA doing roughly what I said in terms of screw the objectives, just split push, because turrets are going to be a way to get you gold in this type of a game. But that is a beautiful arrow once more. Good content is connecting, and that ult is just way too late. The Holy Light doesn't give a damn. You are popped once more. Mid-tier 1, by the way, doesn't even have an objective bounty on it. That's probably a good thing that it's kept alive in a weird way, because I think objective bounties are literally just about to respawn. There they are back at the top of your screen, because in bot tier 2, which was claimed earlier, is getting pushed even further into bot tier 3. 30 kills to 14 right now. I mean, this game is very quickly running away. This series is very quickly running away from GCA. What can we do? what is there?
I was gonna say, what can we do is the question here. So let's think positives. Swain is on 2 items. Sivir is on 2 items. You have a really good peel with Thresh. So if Thresh sticks to Cheryl like glue and they can keep waves pushed, they can't contest this third Drake that's going to come up in 2.5 minutes. They shouldn't even think about it. They should just be thinking, let's get as much CS as we physically can onto the Sivir, because the enemy team, if they can't get on top of her, they're safe. We should now be, you know, Clavios's ult when he's not getting caught in a side lane should be exclusively saved for Cheryl.
Raptors safe for Cheryl as well, by the looks of things.
No, it's valid. It's valid. It's the play right now. The last hope of the Guardians staying in playoffs right now is on the Sivir. We see the hook.
Sivir indeed. Just not quite connecting. Pepsi Boy is so confident right now, and honestly, you cannot blame him. Right, so close to Rabadon's. Already has that second item. Zonya's, as we pointed out before, has the stasis available.
The Dark Binding
Dark Binding. How is he connecting Dark Binding onto a Zed? I have no idea. Good content. Going to get death noted on by the Zed himself. Doesn't quite get that kill, though, as that's a Frozen Tomb onto Cheryl, who's going to get popped under the turret. Repri ending up with that kill. The box does absolutely nothing. There's a free path back out of this one. Finally, a kill is going to go down. But that turret, which, by the way, had been hitting for the past 10 seconds, still does not do enough damage. And look who wasn't there. It was the guy with this ability to make sure that someone could keep on fighting. He wasn't there at all. He gets the top tier 2 for himself. He's going to be a little bit stronger on the Kayle, but it comes at such a heavy price of 4 for 1 in a fight that they tried to avoid but couldn't.
No, I think you can't really avoid fights against this team right now with the lead they have and the champions they're on. Right, they have tons
here, and I hated it.
Oh, what, just perma split?
No, not the perma split. That I could have bought Shadow Flame, but I bought a second large rod instead.
Oh, right.
Maybe
because he's got. Yeah,
maybe he's that close to Rabadon's. If he's that okay, fair enough. You know what? He needed one more wave. I don't mind it. Okay. In the Azir game, I retain that was suboptimal. This time around, he needed one more wave to get. It's allowed.
Fair enough. I mean, Rabadon's is a big power spike for him, even though he is 3-11. We really do want to ramp up the damage here because they're never going to be as tanky as the enemy team just based on the fact that they're down levels, right? Like, nothing gives you tank stats like...
Based on team comp.
And the team comp, yeah, and the team comp, yes. But even if there were no tanks in the game, the enemy team are inherently tankier just because they have XP. And we... Oh, okay. Thank God that arrow missed, because if that arrow hit, I think Clavios was 100% dead. And the game could have maybe gone.
I'm surprised that CGA are even walking up to look for this fight as Veigar goes swaps these Pepsi Boy. One goes forward, the other one goes the complete opposite direction. It's going to be TP's into mid to try and save this one from Clarent, but I mean, they're taking a fight. This should not even be a fight right now, but the fight is unwinnable. There's no way you could even take this fight. If you're a CGA, you're forced to run away. You are not looking to fight this Drake because it is an unwinnable fight. Cheryl flashing away. So many flashes used, and there's still 3 for 0. 5 flashes used. 4 flashes. Clavel's the only one not used in this fight. I feel like I said fight 15 times, but you shouldn't be fighting.
No, they shouldn't. Not in this instance. They're 7k gold down after that fight. We have to give over the third Drake. And I mean, Baron's just spawned, and we see people pathing towards it. Amumu is nearby. Zahen is already on it. TP's coming in. They're going to commit all 5 members to try and do this on spawn. Meanwhile, Clavios is going to catch waves, so they're trading the Baron here for a tier 1 bot.
My blue side for TPing bot, and I can't even blame them. Like,
no, I can't blame them either.
It's gone. It's an 8k lead with Baron now available as well. He might get bot tier 1.
They're not even going to get the tier 1.
They get mid tier 1 at least.
He's going to die for this.
But yeah, I mean,
and okay, Cheryl dies too.
Cheryl died to his flashing. He used flashing.
This is so rough. Oh no. I think Clavios has more speed right now, but I don't think he gets away with this.
Oh.
Yeah. Unfortunate there. They get 2 turrets for 2 lives, and Baron is still on 5 members here of the Armadillos. So they have a wave here. They can push if they just need Ashe to be there to help Siege. And I think it could easily be an inhibitor turret here in the next minute or so.
Could very well be, as we are 2 minutes left on this Baron push. And when that timer in the top right is 3 minutes, if you weren't aware. So we've still got plenty of time to use this if we're thinking as a Armadillo right now. Baron up, cannon minion, already hitting that tier 3 in mid. Nice hook by the Thresh to get it under, but it's just in time for the other wave to arrive. So a neat play going to get kind of mitigated. The Sivir is going to try and chunk through these minions as much as possible, but the furthest away cannon minion proving a little bit of a difficulty, down to about 40% now on that tier 3. And once the inhib is broken, once the base is broken, it feels like it's just going to be a matter of time before this game is over.
Yeah, I think, again, we mentioned it in the early game. The Sivir is going to be really useful, although Vega is just in no man's land right now. There's nothing to play for, and the arrow is going to hit, and he's going to go down. What a waste. Oh, no. Good content 6-1 and 9 right now, and Zahen gets to crash this wave top. The team's trying to make something happen to him, but he's level 17.
Go forward instead because Cheryl just got 100 to 0. Later.
They tried to make a play happen.
Please feel free. Have a go if you think you're hard enough. I'm just going to 1v3 under your turret. Sit down. I'm level 18. I am a Darkin Lord. Okay, you kill me. Oh, wait, you didn't. I have Guardian Angel. I'm full HP again. Like, what are you going to do against this? There's nothing to be done. This is game right now. It is Clavahos trying to defend against 3 of them in mid. That is 1 turret already going down for the Nexus. Clavahos finally going to pop that ulti. He's going to get stunned up by the Morgana. Curse the Sand Mummy is going to destroy Vega before he even thought of turning up to the fight. Jan Erik just about survived, by the way, on that death note. He survived with a slither of HP. And that is going to be game 44 to 15 is your kill score in game number 3, the most dominant of the set. As the Armadillos, who, by the way, lost this matchup in the regular season, put on a dominant display to move forward in the gauntlet.
No, 100%. They broke the Guardians there. Like, that was the cleanest 3-0. And it was a downward spiral as well as the thing. So, you know, game 1, it was a close game until it wasn't. Game 2, we went from, oh, we're losing the early game to, oh, we're suddenly dumpstering them. And game 3, they dominantly won the entire time. The Zahen won its lane into what we believed was a counter, which is, again, that's back-to-back, by the way, for Reapery, going from getting counterpicked into winning the lane, essentially. And I think this last game, especially in comparison to game 2, where we saw Pepsi Boy kind of get bullied on the Orianna, this was a real showing for Pepsi Boy on the Lissandra. They were farming Clavios like a minion in that game. Like, every time Curse of the Sad Mummy and the Lissandra ult were up, they just picked up a kill. 300 gold, PayPal'd over. Like, it was
crazy
clean.
You can do that, by the way, into a Kayle, right? Like something has to be going wrong at a more base level. If you're able to do that to a Kayle of all champions, it just doesn't feel possible that you can do that to a champion with so much survivability, so much like damage as well during that survivability, as well as having flash every 5 minutes. But I mean, you're completely right. I think it was 13 or 14 deaths by the end of that one at 45. It's way too many for a mid laner.
Yeah, I think he did just, it was too rough. It was too rough for them. But either way, congratulations to the side of Armadillos. They move on to the next stage of the gauntlet. I believe they will face the loser of the lowest seed out of the next 2 games, right? So we are unsure which team they will face, but we will know by the end of the 12th of December whether or not they will face any of the 4 teams in the upper part of the bracket. So
there's exactly one team they can't place. they can't face against Dangerous Game because even if they lose, they'll be the highest seed. But
Right.
they can face against Cyclone if they end up losing and Dangerous Game. Either that or they will be facing up against one of the two Roswilds, blue or green. By the way, both teams of Roswell finishing at 7-2 during the regular season. Absolutely insane from them. Fair play indeed, as we are, I believe, ready to have a potential interview for, I'm not sure who, but it looks like Repri potentially is down for the interview. So we're going to be seeing some top lane action. Who, I mean, if there's anyone to have an interview with, like, I mean, that surely has to be the guy, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Reaper had. I obviously wasn't here to cast the first two games, but I watched them, and I think that the Camille was a masterclass, and the Zahen game there was a dumpstering. So I don't know whether or not the Zenith League. Do you guys do series MVPs? If they do, I think he should be prime candidate. To be honest, between him and good content, I think those two put in a masterclass showing in this series, and yeah, I'd love to hear his opinions on how that game went. So whenever we are ready for the interview.
Here we go. Welcome, Reapery, to the stream. How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing good. Happy about the wins.
I don't blame you. They were pretty happy wins, especially. Before we have a look at the end of the series, I want to look a little bit more at the start. And honestly, kind of skipping game number 1 because that game's a long time ago. I want to focus on game number 2. You got counterpicked on.
Yes.
On R5. And you ended up effectively 1v9ing. Do you want to talk us through that?
Well, to be fair, that game was just us getting counterpicked in laning phase, and team comp pretty much carried us as well as the catch potential of our team. So we had very good, basically very good catch. For Camille, I got to roam a lot after I got my Tiamat. It was just from there we could control the game.
And control the game you did, because that was a demolition job if ever I saw. Especially that, you felt like throughout that early lane phase, you were the one that was kind of hanging on as much as possible, right? You down in mid, down in bot, even to the Zinzao as well, who I think was 7-1-5 at one point. But that 2 item spike of Camille really carried you forward, and then from there, it almost felt inevitable that you were somehow going to. Though you were down so much so early on to a comp that has Smolder and Victor.
Yeah. Let me just say, it was the worst form of torture in the early game. It was so hard to do anything. But I feel like we kept it together, and they pretty much decided to lose focus, and we ended up taking over the game. That's the short end of it, basically. Because I felt like they fell a little bit apart.
I would agree, but I think it's a 50-50 thing. I think that their team, I don't know if it was the pressure of the playoffs or if I haven't seen their previous games to know if their previous games were more of a just win lane super hard win game. But in this particular matchup, it seemed that regardless of how ahead they got, you guys just outperformed them in team fights, outperformed them in the late game decisions. And so I wanted to ask, who is it on your team that is the person making those shot calls in that kind of later game stages where your team seems to really excel? Like in game 2, like you mentioned, you guys were behind, but you executed the pick comp really effectively. Who is it on your team that's kind of making those calls?
Well, it's mostly a team effort. We keep like communicating in between ourselves, like what we want to do, and I believe I have the role of making the final call of what we're doing in like the later stages of the game. Even though it's hard for me to do it when I'm split pushing, of course, and then it's like Jonathan or ADHD in, and I believe our jungler as well has those roles when things goes a little bit shit in the side lanes.
You did a superb job. If it did all. I want to have a quick talk about that final game as well. That Zahen performance was absolutely disgusting. I'm surprised that he fell so far in draft prior. Like, not taken early in game 1 or game 2. Banned in second phase both times. What finally led you to B1 him in game 3?
Well, it was basically we wanted something to pick our comp around, and we wanted something to prioritize, and we felt like we had used up our ADC pool at that point that we wanted to play around. So we decided, you know what, we want to try Sahen, see how it goes.
I think it went well.
I
If you
think it
needed
went
any confirmation
brilliantly.
on that one, I think it went well.
Thank you. And of course, much shout outs to our new coach, which is Braindead. He is doing really well in the pick and ban phase for us and letting us focus more on the game as well.
I think that
It helps a lot.
It was really good as well. Like the way that you organized that draft, felt like you had like CC on CC on CC. I honestly, we were talking about it as we were going in. It's not often you get to see a Sivir with cleanse still feel like they're getting stunned so much.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think the draft for game 3 was a very well executed, especially considering like you blinded top B1. They responded by looking in their bot lane, which I think was I don't really understand the logic there, because they surely, if they've looked at you guys' match history, I didn't see any Zahen in Jan Erik's match history, so I'm assuming he doesn't play it. Whereas, you know, we can assume from all the bans that you've drawn for it that the Zahen was aimed at yourself, right? And so if they know that, why blind pick bot and allow them to get the Morgana and the Ashe, who is a very heavy CC combo, very good into Thresh when they R1 the Thresh. And then when they end up picking their top lane pick, they pick something that doesn't actually do too much into it. So I think it was kind of perplexing, but honestly, it's still a props to yourselves for being able to execute the game plan so well. You drafted a very clear game plan, which was click forward and lock them down. So you know it worked in spades for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, I think I have just one more thing to kind of ask you about. Looking forward now, you obviously don't know who you're playing up against next, right?
No.
You are completely in the blind as much as we are. Is there a team that you want to face next? Bear in mind that if you want to win this place, all four, is there a team you want to face next?
Want to face? I couldn't exactly tell you too much because I haven't looked too much into the other teams. So, but I think there's at least one that I'm a little bit scared of. I believe it's called Cyclone Gaming. We have scrimmed against them a couple of times and we're struggling.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that fits, right? When they have an 8 I guess fair enough, right?
Yeah, those guys are scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising the gap, by the way, between 4th and 5th in our regular season this time. Having a 7-2 record next to a 4-5, that top 4 really is solidified, and now you guys have one hell of a marathon to try and run up to get as far forward as possible. You're off to a good start though with this best of 5, and I believe your next game is the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, good luck for it. Like,
thank you.
I mean, if the regular season's anything to go by, you're gonna need.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part.
Probably my microphone. So if the regular season's anything to go by, then I wish you that luck, because those teams look scary.
Oh, absolutely, and thank you very much. I think we're gonna need a bit of luck going forward. I hope we keep this team rolling though.
Performances like today, and you'll definitely keep that team rolling. But unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. We are back on the 11th, so Thursday night for you all, with our 1 versus 4 seed. And then straight again, day afterwards, on the Friday, with our 2 against our 3. Do stick around for that, the high bracket as it is coming. There you go. See it on the stream as well. Why not? Let's have a look at it on there as well. So on the 11th and the 12th for our next games. We won't be around tomorrow night, but enjoy. We will see you guys next time. Thank you for coming.